right. All right, everybody. 1 second. Just got to do a couple more audio checks over here. All right, everybody, welcome to Foo Sports Live. You're watching Foo Sports Live. I'm being joined by Bob. What's up, Bob?
Hello.
We have returned. The greatest something in the world. Today we're going to be, it's a show. It is a show, Bob. It is. We're going to be talking about things and stuff.
Are we?
In the world of, I guess, combat sports. It's kind of what we like, right, Bob?
It is. It is. It is.
How you doing today, Bob? You doing all right?
You know, I'm all right. I'm doing pretty okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I'm doing all right. It's a very dark day in combat sports.
Is it?
Today? No, it isn't. I just said that. I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of dramatic, you know?
It's April Fool's Day.
Oh, yeah, exactly. It's April Fool's. Everybody, Canelo, it was actually found out today. It's pretty dark news in the combat sports. Canelo Alvarez is a transsexual.
We already knew that.
He's a lady. He's a lady. It's true.
He's a lady.
He acts like a bitch, doesn't he?
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
I mean, I don't.
He's a lady.
No offense, Bob. No offense. No offense, Bob.
Why would I be offended?
I don't know, because Canelo, I said Canelo, he acts like a bitch.
Okay.
I don't know. Okay. All right, so we got some stuff and some things to look at. Got a lot of stuff going around in the world of combat sports.
Would you say we have stuff and also things?
We got things and stuff.
So it's things and also stuff. The order is important.
Yes. All right. Just got to check the mic one last time. Check, 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 check. All right. One moment.
Potato.
Just got a lot of technical stuff before these shows start, people. It's very rainy out here in the effing city today. You know what's crazy, Bob?
What?
The fact that we're the greatest channel one of the greatest on the internet. And yet we don't have millions of people in here. It's kind of crazy. I mean, maybe I should talk like this. What do you think about that?
You want to embody the goat? Be the goat. Be one with the goat.
All right, Bob. Want to read that?
I don't always fight threats, but when I do, I dehydrate them.
Yes, that's Canelo Alvarez. One of the greatest of all times. He's a very good fighter, but he's also kind of a piece of shit nowadays.
Is he one of the greatest of all time?
I wouldn't say that.
I'm pretty sure I've seen more impressive kangaroos.
I mean, I'd say he's a good fighter. He's a good fighter, but he cherry pick, man.
Kangaroos are excellent boxers.
He cherry pick, man.
They don't cherry pick.
What?
Kangaroos.
Kangaroos, they have sharp claws, don't they?
You know one of the ways that kangaroos kill things?
How?
They drown them.
Are you kidding?
Nope.
Do you want to look for some kangaroo videos of them drowning things, Bob?
I can.
Okay. I'm giving Bob the Bob phone. Here you go, Bob. Bob's gonna look up some kangaroos.
Access to the Bob phone?
She has. We have a new tool we have on the show. It's called the Bob phone, people. We're gonna be premiering that today. All right, but we got some stories to get into over here. But before we get into the stories, just a little observation. A lot of people like to say that David Benavidez is super duper gigantic. We pointed out in the past. We just like to point this out because Canelo never wants to fight this guy. Look at this guy. He's like, look over there, asshole. Look over there. So he's pointing. He's like, you look there. Look at Caleb Plant's face, people. Caleb's sunken eyes plant, right? He's supposedly small, right? He's small compared to Benavidez. Look at Benavidez's eyes. Don't look as sucked in as Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant looks like he's on death's door. This supposed light heavyweight. Oh, he's a natural light heavyweight, I've been told by many people. David Benavidez is a natural light heavyweight. He's a weight bully. He's a weight bully, yet he's making the weight easier than Caleb Plant is. That's what it looks like to me. Look at the difference in their faces. Caleb Plant looks like Kales from the Crypt, right? This guy's eyes, my God. Talk about sunken eyes, people. This guy, no, not Benavidez. Not really looking too sunken there. Guy, both of them getting some real acne there, huh? Acne. Is that how you said acne or acme?
Acne.
Acne, yes. They got a lot of pimples there. Maybe both guys are snacking, probably. Eating some snacks. Probably more on the Caleb Plant side. He is a snack fighter, right? Still, I don't know if Benavidez is a snack fighter. I don't know, but look at that. Look at those. Look at Caleb Plant's back, Bob. Look at that. Is that normal? Is that an alien?
Weird.
What is that shit?
It looks like he has hypermobile joints.
What does that mean?
That means that he might have a connective tissue disorder like Ehlers-Danlos.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some weird shit. Look at that back.
Let me see his elbow. No.
No, I mean,
elbow
look,
looks fine.
that's weird. Look at Benavidez' back.
But his posture also looks like he might have some hypermobility.
Yeah. I mean, look at Benavidez' back compared
Right,
to
but
Caleb
that's what
Plant.
I'm saying.
I'm just saying.
That the bones sticking out like that suggests that there might be a connectivity issue.
Maybe-
Either that or he's just...
Bob, maybe he had wings at some point and they cut them off.
He was a little bat?
He feels very vulnerable right
Was
now.
he a little bat?
He's like, I lost my wings.
I've queued up a couple videos.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, what do you got? Okay, let's see. We got the Bob phone, people. So there you go. We're going to show a couple more of these pictures. All right. Here, 1 second. We're a little rusty here. People haven't done a show in a little while. All right.
Mm-hmm.
We're just going to look at a couple more of these effing pictures of this guy who's super duper big. Canelo's like, all he bring is 25 extra pounds. All right.
Predators, but
All right, Bob, you gotta pause that because I can hear it.
Yeah, I did. I
Okay.
paused it.
All right. I got a something over here. Okay. I'm bringing this up because there's a lot of people that say Canelo's not a light heavyweight, yet he has an official win at light heavyweight. KO in the 11th round, people. 100% real KO, not a fixed fight at all. He won the WBO light heavyweight title, people. He had a light heavyweight title. The guy says, Benavidez, all he brings is 25 extra pounds. Right? He said, we're going to be watching an interview that happened recently with Canelo where he's talking shit about a guy that he's ducking. All right? But sorry. Got the hiccups here. Before we go into that interview, Bob has brought some things to our attention. What is this, Bob? Oh, my God. Go for it, Bob.
Go for it.
This is a Bob phone, people. Bob.
they're predators. When dogs and dingoes attack, kangaroos pretend they are
When
escaping
dingoes
and go in the
attack.
middle of the water. But predators forget that kangaroos are tall and have strong arms and sharp claws. So
You wanna
they
bring
make
up
the
the audio a
mistake
little
of
bit there, Bob?
approaching them in the water, where they are vulnerable. It becomes easy for kangaroos to grab and drown them.
Well, it's already
Some
up.
people think
All right.
kangaroos kill dogs for fun, like a sport. But ecologists say it's just what these animals do when they're scared. They go into the water to get away from danger.
Okay. So they go in the water.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. You have anything else to show us, Bob? All right. This is the premiere of the Bob phone, people. Bob has invaded.
Bob has invaded.
Okay, we have something there. Just tell me when you're ready to show
Yeah.
it, Bob.
This is very not cooperating.
All right. I'm sorry about that. All right. So while Bob is putting together some stuff to look at, we'll still look at some more of these files just to show you.
But these jacked
Oh,
males
did you find something there?
Sorry.
Okay. All right. You just got to watch with the audio there, Bob, because it keeps
Hey.
coming up in the show. All right. We're just going to show you just a little bit more of how gigantic David Benavidez is. He's a weight bully. I've heard people go as far as to say that this guy is a heavyweight. I've heard cruiserweight. Look at the difference in size here, people. Look at these guys, these two guys. If you're going to tell me that motherfucker on the left is in the same weight class as the guy on the right, I don't know what you're looking at. This guy on the right is bigger in every single way. He's a bigger guy. You know, look at this. Look at the arms. And that's cut down. You know, this is before he's all hydrated up. David Benavidez over here, skinny, fat body. Look at this. Look at this. The Chichos over here, people. Love handles, fat, big belly. You know, a lot of loose skin and fat. You know, the guy's just fat. I mean, he's just chubby. Right? Maybe he's got heavy bones. But he doesn't seem to be the kind of guy that can really build up muscle. This man on the right is obviously a bigger, heavier man. Bigger, heavier, stronger man. Okay? So, like I said, I'm hearing all kinds of people say that this guy is a light heavyweight. He's a real light heavyweight. No, he isn't. And I've heard people say he's a cruiserweight, he's a heavyweight. Bro, how is he a heavyweight when he's standing next to a light heavyweight that dwarfs him? That fucking dwarfs him. All right? Let's be real here. Canelo's like, no, I don't want to fight this guy. He too big. He too big. Oh, shut up. Dude, Kovalev was bigger than David Benavidez. I think he was actually bigger. He's a bigger man. That's from the fight that happened this Saturday. Farmer over here, he might have hurt his hand, maybe. Sorry, you can't see it. I'll show it right now. Here's a picture from the fight that happened on Saturday. We're going to be reading about that as well. Some people trying to create some kind of false controversy. Farmer comes out at the end of the fight. He says he won the fight. I didn't think he won. I think he fought. He fought a good fight. You know, he showed some skill. Maybe not a good fight. He fought well in spots. He could have done a lot better if he threw some more damn punches. Running just a little too much. He got outworked. He got pieced up. Got his body broken down. He gets some respect for lasting. You know, he went in there and he went the distance. You know, he went 12 rounds after he had to overcome like a sustained body beating. But to say that he won the fight, I don't think he won the fight. I eyeballed it. I didn't score it like we usually do. I just watched it and scored it. I'd say Farmer got about 3 rounds. That's the way I saw it. I could rescore it again. Maybe it was a little closer, but he definitely did not win that fight. All right, Bob.
Yeah.
What's going on with the Bob phone?
I found a video.
All right. Do you got it queued up?
I do.
All right, here we go.
Gotta put the volume back on.
More kangaroos, Bob?
Yeah.
Nice.
Bugger.
All right, you want to keep it on? Yeah. Yeah, you got stuff on the screen there, Bob.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to take it off. I can't.
You got to hit that X button on the top right.
Ah.
There you go.
But yeah, apparently what they do is they'll if they're being chased by a predator,
yes,
or something they think is a predator, they'll go into the nearest body of water and lure whatever it is out to them and then drown them.
Oh, that's fucked up. I didn't even know this.
They do this to dingoes.
Bob's always bringing new things to our attention. Look at this. You want to see that one more time, Bob?
Yeah.
Okay. Just want to turn off the... Okay. That dog's like, no fucking way. Leave me alone.
There was a clip that I found out about this because there was a short video that went viral a few months ago of a guy who jumped into the water and literally got into a fist fight with a kangaroo that was trying to drown his dog.
Did he win?
Well, I don't know if he won, but he and the dog survived the encounter, so I think that's as close to a win as he's likely to get. But he, like, it's crazy because he comes out into the water and basically starts punching the kangaroo in the face, and you see the kangaroo, like, holding his dog's head under the water.
You ever seen that video where that old man, like, kind of, like, beats the shit out of an alligator or, like, pulls his little doggy out of the alligator's mouth?
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy, right?
It is. This is the one that went viral.
Oh, do you have another video here?
Yeah.
Okay, give me 1 second while I, 1 second. All right, we're going to watch. Bob's got another video for us. The Bob phone.
Ready?
Yeah.
This is the video. So you see the thing's holding his dog.
Oh, I think I've seen this one before.
See, he's like holding the dog
right.
underwater.
Bob, you want to get that stuff off the screen? That, you know, okay, there you go.
And now it's like they're struggling and he's in the water and the kangaroo is standing
It's
out there
a big
like...
ass animal, my God.
Kangaroos can stand over like up to almost 7 feet tall, I think. And they're very, very strong. And they can use their hind legs to like, the claws on their hind legs to literally like eviscerate you.
Yeah, and then they're like, oh, people shouldn't have guns. You shouldn't have guns,
But
right?
yeah, so the guy, apparently the guy's dog was like bothering it or something. I don't think the guy's dog like actually hurt it in any way. I think the guy's dog was just annoying it, and so it ran out into the water, and the guy's dog followed it, and he grabbed it and was holding it under the water, and the owner of the dog had to like go out there and rescue his dog from a fucking kangaroo.
Right. Hey, Bob, is our dog in the bathroom?
Yes, there is Sheep.
Okay, I have to take the dog out the bathroom.
Sheep is in there because he's refusing to eat his dinner.
He's barking.
He's in timeout.
All right, so our dog is in the bathroom downstairs barking his head off. I'm going to be taking him out of there in a couple of minutes. But before I do that, we're going to be getting into some of these damn stories. We've been stalling our asses off.
I don't think it's stalling. I thought that was a very interesting aside about kangaroos drowning
that's why we
predators.
have the Bob phone. The Bob phone is going to be bringing the world of Bob to Foo Sports. I mean, it's always been here, but now Bob's got a
Bob phone.
Bob's got a Bob phone. It's no joke, people. The Bob phone. All right. Yo, here we go. We got Caleb Plant. Looks like he's going to be fighting Charlo. 1 second, please.
Isn't he like a commentator now?
Caleb Plant?
Yeah.
No.
Which is the one? Chris Algieri.
Chris Algieri, yes.
Yeah.
Chris Algieri.
They
is
look
a
the
commentator.
same, kind of.
What you're saying? They all white people look alike? Is that
No,
what
I'm
you're
just saying that those
That's
two
pretty
men
effing
look
racist,
kind of similar.
Bob. That's pretty racist, Bob. That's
No,
pretty.
no.
All right, Bob. Want to read that headline there?
You just read it.
I know, but read it again with your voice.
Caleb planted Jamal Charlo. Return fights announced.
All right, I gotta make your
So
voice.
it doesn't seem like they're fighting each other. It sounds like they're both fighting, and they have
they
fights
are.
announced.
They have a date set. It's not yet. They're going to have, as they do in boxing all the time. They give us some bullshit fight, right? Some BS, what they call tune-up, right? Both guys are gonna have a tune-up, and then they're gonna fight. Here's a little clip from a few months ago where they tried to build this fight up. This Charlo over here is a 160 fighter. Once again, going back to the size. The sizes of these guys. This guy, Caleb Plant, is far bigger than Charlo. All right? This was most likely staged. I don't care what anyone says. This shit was staged. Like, he's just standing there. It's a good slap, but it is a slap. I mean, if a slap's going to sell a fight, then it's a good idea, right? The guys do it all the time. Take a slap for a few extra mil. His legs are all crossed. Look at this guy's legs after he takes a slap, Bob. Look.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's real, but I mean, really, like I said, Bob, it's just a slap. I mean, look how small Charlo looks. Am I crazy here, Bob? Look how much bigger this guy looks than the other one. Look at this.
Yeah, he looks a lot bigger.
Yes. You gotta talk directly in the mic, please, Bob. All right. So Caleb Plant. Wait 1 second. Got to lower this a little. Caleb Plant smacking Charlo in his effing face. Charlo, look how baggy that damn shirt is. I guess that makes him look extra small. Huh?
He's wearing a tent.
Yeah, it's like wearing a
He
damn
can
tent.
provide shelter to his hose.
He could get a lot of hose on the nice
If
shirt.
there's a sudden downpour, he can gather them under his shirt like a mother chicken with her chicks.
I mean, look, if those hose are really skinny, you can get a couple of them under there, right?
at least 4.
At least.
Because he's skinny. So, but I mean, it becomes a logistical problem if he likes the fat ones. I don't know, because I know that Bud Crawford likes the fat ones. Does Jamal Charlo like the fat ones?
Not
Is
sure.
he a mid-ranger?
All right, so it looks like they're going to be fighting. They're talking about they're going to have a fight after their next fights that are happening on the 31st, May 31st. The guys are going to be on the same card. It says...
yeah, that's what I said. I said this
yeah.
isn't an announcement of their
No,
fight.
it
It's
is,
an announcement
Bob.
of their fighting other people.
No. It's also an announcement of their fight that's coming after these tune-up fights. It says
what
Caleb
if they
Plant
get-
and Jamal
what if they
Charlo will
lose?
fight on the same card on May 31st in Vegas ahead of a planned showdown later this year. The ring Mike Coppinger has learned.
But
So-
what if they lose?
I know, but that's why they're tune-ups. They usually, this is what they do in boxing. They give you some BS fights. They basically give these guys cherry-picked fights, easy fights to make them look good before this planned fight of supposed super fight, when in reality it's simply just a competitive fight. They have 2 non-competitive fights before they have an actual, possibly competitive fight. I think I'd pick Charlo to beat this guy, but Charlo is a smaller man. This Caleb Plant guy is a lot bigger than what people think. I mean, look, you saw him when the Benavidez weigh-in. That fucking dude was dying. He was dying on the scale. Caleb Plant is pretty big. That ain't a small plant, Bob.
Tisn't.
Is that a word? Tisn't?
Yes. It's the contraction of it and is and not. Tisn't.
All right, tisn't. Can you please talk just a little bit louder, Bob? I got to get
I
you
don't
in the
know.
yellow.
Can I?
All right, there you go. There
Are
go.
you asking permission or ability?
I mean, I know you have the ability. That's for damn
okay.
sure. Okay. So, there you go. Got Caleb Plant and Charlo. You got
Iceman in the comments is saying his brother's woman is pretty. I mean, you could be pretty and fat.
Who's brother's woman?
I'm assuming Charlo, because Charlo is one of the 2-pack, right? Like, there's 2 of them.
Yeah, I heard that this Charlo's actually, I think, a minute older than the other one. That's a pretty big age difference, huh, between you and your twin brother.
Minute?
A minute, bro. And they're in 2 different weight classes, which is interesting. Right.
Well,
I
mean, I don't know.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, the other one I think is 154. This is the middleweight Charlo. All right.
According to Blake, you could hold eternity in an hour, so a minute could be forever.
According to who?
Blake.
Okay.
In his poem, The Auguries of Innocence.
All right, so Iceman says that his brother's woman is pretty. Just putting that on the screen. We just read it.
Right, but just because somebody is rotund does not mean they're unbeautiful.
Okay,
it
so
just means they're fat.
Exactly. So we got a guy over here, UFC, what is this? UFC veteran bids farewell to the UFC after 2 stints. What does that mean? Stints? 2 stints?
2 tour. He was in the UFC, he left, he came back, and he's leaving again.
All right, so this guy's leaving the UFC. He has something to say. His face is all fucked up. Did he just get beat up? Or is that the effects of a long career?
I think that might be the effects of a career.
That I want to thank you all for everybody reaching out to me, everybody commenting and everything. Keep my spirits up. Thank you guys.
This is so low.
Awesome. I want to take this time to let everybody know that my time has come. I'm walking away from the sport. Thank you to everybody who's helped me along my journey to get.
Yeah, man. Good job. Good job. He's not
Who
fighting.
is he?
I don't know.
Me.
Let's see. I'll go look up his name right now. I don't know. I've probably seen him before. I just don't. Probably got to zoom this in a little bit. Give me 1 second, people. Our screen is incredibly tiny.
Jared Gooden.
All right. So goodbye, Jaron Gooden. He's done. 14-year career. He's out of here.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't think that's wrong. Although he has a nice voice. He could have a future in voice acting.
Yeah, he could. He could.
He could narrate audiobooks.
All right. We got Holly Holm, Bob. You want to read some of this?
Holly Holm returns for high stakes GFL debut.
Yes.
GFL?
Have no idea. I think that's an MMA organization. All right. Just want to read this little bit here.
It's been nearly a year since we last saw Holly Holm, one of the most recognizable names in women's MMA, make the walk to the cage. Her most recent appearance ended in a defeat, but in true fighter fashion, she's far from done. Now, in 2025, the combat sports veteran is gearing up for a comeback. Known not just for her MMA resume, but also for her boxing accolades, she remains a household name. The latest news confirms it. She's ready to step back in action, this time under a brand new banner.
All right, so she's going to be fighting. She's going to have MMA fights, right, Bob?
Yes.
All right, so
Hello, Fight Sports Talk.
All right, what's up, Fight Sports Talk? Want to read that comment there from Iceman?
He's saying, I don't remember seeing Jamal with a woman, so perhaps he prefers hose of the male variety. One doesn't know, but he has a tenty enough shirt to accommodate at least 2 of whatever he picks.
Did you say hose or holes?
You
Sorry
repeat yourself.
Sorry about that. That was disgusting. All right.
Fight Sports Talk is saying GFL is about old guys fighting. Well, I mean, Holly Holm has been around the block a few times, so that,
What do you mean by that, Bob?
I'm saying that this is towards the end of her career, even she admits it.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant that in a different way. All right, give me 1 second.
Stop being perverse.
All right. So we got a little short interview here. Cain Velasquez. He's going to talk about evil Dana White.
Manos, I agree. 14 years is a solid and respectable run, unless he fought like a bitch, in which case it was 14 years too long. Anywho,
here's Cain Velasquez talking about evil Dana White. All right, why can't they hear this?
I don't know.
Things, whatever you call good or bad, whatever. Like, I learned so much from him. So I appreciate him for what he's doing, that people can make a living off of what they love to do. Growing this sport where people didn't think like this would be anything. So
why does it look like AI art or something? Or like AI? He's talking and it
might be AI.
It sounds so robotic.
all that's amazing, and he's been there for all of it.
Like if his eyes were like, he had some asymmetry to his eyes, he would look like that dude from Goonies. Hey guys! You know what I'm talking about?
Supported you through all this
Oh,
crazy time this past couple years for you?
I don't know if he gave out a
He's like, you got crazy times over the last couple of years. Yeah, I shot someone.
My kid got molested.
My kid got molested about 100 times. And then I went after a guy and I was running after him, like, you know, like Sin City when that dude, Bruce Willis, was chasing the yellow guy. And then I shot the guy's dad by accident. That was fucked up. I wanted to shoot him.
He did an Uno reverse of that biblical verse, the sins of the father.
I mean, it's been kind of a rough year for me, a rough couple of years, but, you know.
I mean, it's fucked up, and honestly, I think that
It is.
if you are a fan of the playground in that way, that you deserve the most gruesome and protracted death that whomever can imagine.
That is a
So,
terrible angle. Like, they
It
should
really
have never
is.
shot him.
This is direct, like, knees and, like,
What
squishy
the hell
crotch.
were they thinking?
I
Why are
don't
you
know.
shooting this man? You know what he looks like? He looks like that actor that plays Thanos, but like on HGH. Right?
A statement
He
or
looks like a
something
potato.
beforehand,
So,
He
you
looks
know,
like Diglett the Pokemon.
Well, it's Cain Velasquez, Bob. He got 5 years. The guy was shooting a gun on the road, right?
I
On,
mean,
like,
it's
the
fucked
highway.
up. If you're gonna get jail time, at least get the satisfaction of killing the guy.
Oh
Like,
my God,
imagine
come
that
on,
you're
come on.
going to jail and you didn't even accomplish your task.
I mean, look.
Mission
people,
failed,
people.
man.
I mean, Cain got 5 years. Actually, they said he got 3 years served already, so he's going to be in jail for 2 years. My guess is he'll get out with what do you call it? Good behavior.
He's gonna
good-
get out with a girlfriend.
Oh, Lord. Really? You think so?
They're gonna imprison him with Fleece Johnson.
Oh, he likes you. It's going to be Cain's going to be like, I like you and I want you. For people who don't know, we showed this earlier.
How is that related to Fleece Johnson?
It kind of is. I mean, it's Canelo. I like you and I don't want you. If you're dangerous, I will drain you. Not in the way you would like you gay. All right. Okay, so we got some more stories over here. Got our dog downstairs barking. You guys, hopefully you guys can't hear our dog. Okay, give me 1 second.
It's just background noise.
Yes.
It's texture.
It's sort of like that dude. I watch sometimes I watch fight films videos. Another guy on YouTube, if you guys don't know, he has got when I hear his videos, sometimes
Does
he
he
got
have like chickens?
he got like chickens or goats
Yeah.
in the background. I mean, it adds something. People, it's very nature.
It's very discordant though, because like if the video's on at night,
yes.
you know, obviously chickens sleep at night, so it's
Yes.
weird to hear like clucking in the middle of the night.
It's like, bro, it's a little too early. A little too late for this clucking. What the cluck? Hey, Bob, you want to read this?
I don't know.
Read the headline, please.
Boxing results. Zepeda earns hard-fought majority decision over Farmer. Collazo scores dramatic KO in Cancun.
All right, so I think it's interesting they say hard fought, because to me it wasn't much of a fight for him. I mean, this was a lot easier than the first fight. He made the adjustments. I called it out when we were watching the fight. He was in the first fight he had his right hand down almost the whole time. He left a good spot there for Farmer to find the home with his left hand, and he just kept nailing Zepeda. In this fight, Zepeda kept that hand very tight, tucked, come in, high guard. One of the issues with Zepeda is how he comes in straight lines, and he doesn't move his head off the line while he's coming in, so he's susceptible to uppercuts. Big problem. He's got to work on that. Also, he needs to work on pacing himself. He did a great job early in the fight. He almost had this guy finished, Bob.
Yeah?
He needs to work on his finishing abilities because he had the guy. And it's great. You know, he went to the body, heavy body attack. But at times, you know, you want to switch it up, dude. You don't want to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, you know, all body shots. And
That
he's
was
not
really
coming up. Then you
aggressive.
got every once in a while, you want to feint to the body, boom, come up top, right? Try to
Hey.
put the guy away.
Hey, Fu,
What, Bob?
please try to be kind to our listeners with headphones in, because your like weird
right, let
like
me
Chihuahua
see.
moment
Check,
was
check,
probably
check, check,
very
check.
uncomfortable.
Wait. You're saying I sound like Kendrick Lamar?
Oh, I sent it to you. As I send Fu approximately 847 links a day.
All right, Iceman says he doesn't hear the dogs, Bob.
I told you.
Thank you for letting us know.
But there is a guy who made a short reacting to like a freestyle rap verse that was diabolical. And
Is that like a new thing people say?
I don't know.
online?
It's a thing that I
Diabolical?
have said since I learned the word in like, I don't know. When did I read Dante's Inferno? Probably middle school-ish.
Uh-huh. I mean, obviously it's a word that people use, but now it's become like a trend to say he's diabolical.
I am the wrong person in virtually every
That guy
situation
showbiz,
to
I hear him. He's
ask
like,
about.
that's diabolical.
Well, I'm going to have to excise that word from
He
my
has issues
vocabulary
speaking,
now.
so he says it in such a way that it's memorable because he slurs. Diabolical.
Well, now I have to excise that word from my vocabulary.
Really?
Thank you.
All right, so we're gonna watch a tiny
We've
bit.
got a comment from Monos in the comments.
All right.
So yeah, Iceman is saying that Fight Film's on a farm. Yeah, he's in Ecuador. Monos is saying Zepeda should slow down a bit, pick his shots, and mind his defense. Other than that, he's good. And yeah,
Yes.
chill. I'm walking my dog with my earbuds. See? You're too spicy.
Oh, whoa. Chill on what? Oh, it's too loud?
You're like,
Right.
like when
All
you
right,
do
check,
all
check,
that
check, check.
craziness.
I'll lower it a little bit, my microphone.
No,
if
it's not your
loud.
microphone. It's you.
No
It's
way.
you be acting like a deranged gremlin.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's too much.
What about this?
Okay, that's better.
They not like us.
I'm just trying to mind your ear holes.
All right, we're gonna watch just a tiny bit of the Zepeda. Oh wait, gonna skip ahead a little bit. Zepeda versus Farmer.
He landed some body shots that Farmer might be feeling right now.
Farmer was feeling it. This is late in the fight. They should show it was early in the fight where he had this guy almost out. Look at this. Farmer really. I think Farmer might have hurt his hand, but you know, there was some guys in the comments the other day talking about, oh well, Farmer's hand was hurt, and I say to that, whose fault is that? That's Farmer's fault.
We are farmers.
You have to place your punches correctly. If you punch someone and you hurt your hand, that's your fault. Don't make no excuses saying like, oh, well, his hand was hurt. It's not his fault that you got little hands made out of like freaking tuna fish.
What?
Tuna hands. You know those little
Hands
bones,
made
Bob,
out of
in the
tuna fish?
Wait. What's the fish in the can? The fish in the can. Sardines. Yes, not tuna. Sardine. You know the sardines, Bob, in the can, and the bones break real easy, right? That's what I mean. His hands are made out of those bones.
Guys that are listening to this, whenever you listen to this, you now need to find ways to integrate that phrase
All right, Bob.
into your real life tuna fish hands.
This guy got tuna fish hands. This guy got effing tuna. This guy got some hands. All right, Bob, let's watch this video. It's that funny, really? Wait, where's my clips over here?
I don't know.
One second,
what's
people.
happening. Tuna fish hands.
What's wrong with saying tuna fish hands, Bob? This was Zepeda coming after Farmer. Farmer's like, here, take this, bitch. Zepeda's like, that left hand don't work no more, bitch. I now got my right hand up. Time to die. And Zepeda's like, don't kill me. Not Zepeda. Farmer. Farmer's like, we are farmers.
Dun, 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 dun.
But
But there's more. Right? You know, remember that? The scary movie, Bob? Remember that? Are you looking at me and thinking this?
No, I'm just thinking about tuna fish hands.
What the hell? Why was that so funny?
I don't know.
I don't get it. It was an accident. I meant sardines. He has hands made out of
I
sardines.
like that you keep clarifying
Bob,
that
he
as
has
that as
sardine-
though that makes it
Bob,
better.
let me finish this. He has sardine bone hands.
he's so confident that he can knock out a
All right, so
fighter.
here's the beta. Like I said, let's watch this. We're going to analyze this. We're going to look at
Iceman in the comments says tuna fish hands. That's diabolical.
Tuna fish hands from the producers of Scarface. That would be fucked up, right? How would that look? Bob, can you stop, please? All right, look, people. I'm going to show you how Zepeda was able to defend himself. You see that right hand of Zepeda? He's coming in. Look at Farmer. Farmer's like, hey, bro, I want to break your face with my left hand. Can't do it. Also, another problem is that Farmer threw an uppercut and he hurt his hand. I think he hurt it. I think I actually have the picture of the moment where he hurt his hand. I showed it earlier. Let's see it again. That's on the top of the head. Whose fault is that? It's not Zepeda's. Also, you see that nice guard tucked. But like I said, he has a tendency to lean straight down. He needs to slip off the line.
Oh,
He's
that's
gonna-
a hilarious picture.
All right, Bob. If he slips off incorrectly, he can get knocked out because look, Zepeda basically puts his face right into these uppercuts, and you know, Farmer got. You could tell, like for sure, he probably sustained some kind of injury there, possibly. But
Can
whose
you
fault
send
is
me that picture so I can make it into a meme for my meme channel?
What picture?
That one that you just took off the screen.
You want that
I do.
for your meme channel?
Yes.
I'll send it to you in a
For
little while, Bob.
my meme making purposes.
All right, so we're gonna watch this little bit here. I'm gonna show you Zepeda got that right hand tucked. Let's see this. Coming in. He just he pulls out this little jab. He brings the hand right back. I mean, he's open a little bit, but he was blocking when correct, at the correct times. It's not coming in stupid like he did in the first fight.
There's no rehydration clause. He did not allow that to be.
Yeah, there is some openings there, but I think throughout the majority of the fight, he knew when to put that hand up and when to strike and when to have his hand up. Most of the fight, he had that right hand tucked tight. This is early. This is in the first round. He's already got Farmer hurt. Oh, but you see, he took that left hand there from Farmer. Farmers, people think that there's all kinds of people telling me that Shakur's better than this guy. Shakur's not better than Farmer. People, he's not. He is not. Farmer's dude's got more power. He's got better movement. He's an all around better fighter. Look at his jab. Like, you can tell that jab has a little power on it. And people tell me, oh, this guy can't punch. Yeah, he can. Yes, he can.
Fading it thus far.
And win a world
So
championship.
it's a wide looping left hook. And like I said, you noticed he's got that right hand tuck. This shit's not landing.
And win a world championship. It just shows his
This guy's falling over.
intelligence.
Farmer losing his footing there, trying to turn the corner, and now Zepeda.
Zepeda just digging those uppercuts. Nice, sharp uppercuts to the body there. That looked like that shit hurt. He just dug that in like a fish hook, right? Just coming right up, under. Maybe that might have been a little low. This one here is right to the body. Boom! He's just ripping it.
With a big opportunity as he flurries away to the body.
Oh, great body shot by Zepeda. Both hands to the body on both sides for the
Farmer's feeling that shit. He's feeling it.
Dun, 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 dun.
Good job from both fighters, but very easy fight to score. Easy win for Zepeda. Not a big fan of he needs to learn to pace himself, and he needs to work a little bit. He needs to work on his defense some more, right? He did a good job, Zepeda, cutting the ring off, and he did a good job, working that body, defending against that left hand. Good job there, buddy. You're gonna be in high places soon. It's gonna be fun watching him beat the crap out of Shakur Stevenson. That's for sure. Are you excited about that, Bob? Are you still thinking about the fucking tuna hands? Oh my Lord. Can you please stop? Can you stop? What the hell is wrong with you? Why is that so funny?
Because sometimes you describe things like someone who snuck onto the planet, and it's like the best thing in the world.
You know what I meant, right? You know what I meant.
I had genuinely no idea what you meant. And then you keep clarifying.
Okay,
like
right.
that makes it better.
All right, Bob, guess what? You want to know what's really sad? What's really sad is that we're not going to get to see KSI versus Dylan Dennis. Want to read that headline?
KSI says he was left in tears after withdrawing from boxing Dylan Dennis.
I don't know what it is, people, but I think Dylan Dennis must have some buddies, and that's really what it is. Because how is it that this MMA fighter is getting all these little corny fights? And it's like, who the hell wants to see Dylan Dennis fight anybody with his fists? The guy doesn't even know how to throw a damn punch. He doesn't know how to box. He doesn't know how to punch. Like, who the fuck was waiting to see this trash? And look at this guy's head. My God. Well, how big is this motherfucker's head?
He looks like somebody they would cast as the sci-fi villain from 1983.
What do you mean 1983?
Like a movie made in the year 1983, sci-fi, and it's a villain from a different planet.
He does.
That's what he looks like.
A damn alien.
Like they would just paint him green or something.
He went a little too far with the fucking HGH, man. You gotta stop playing around with that HGH, bro.
You're on an HGH kick, I think, because of the conversation you were having last night. You
Yeah,
can't get it out of your mind.
No. I know what HGH does to you. It gives you that kind of weird brow line, right? You see the brow ridge.
It turns you into a caveman.
He looks like that thing. There's an anime film, like a CGI film with an alien. And he looks just like this guy, KSI.
Wait, I have to show you. I now remember who he looks like. Hold on, I have to
Bob's
show you.
going to use the Bob phone.
No, Bob is not going to use the Bob phone.
Why don't you use the Bob phone?
For reasons that I will explain to you later.
Okay. All right, Bob's not using the Bob phone for some weird reason.
For this one thing, I'm not using the Bob phone.
Okay. So, there you go. KSI is not fighting Dylan Dennis. He's withdrawn from the Dylan Dennis fight, and he made him super duper sad. Who the fuck cares, people? Who cares? Do I care? I really don't give a fuck. Sorry. 1 second, please. I just want to see the fire. I just think it looks cool. What do you think, Bob?
It does.
It does, doesn't it? Isn't that cool? Canelo's like, please help me. Please help me. I'm ducking. I always duck. but I hate the fire. It's scary. Okay, on to our next little bit of news here. We got Ryan Garcia. All right. 1 second. All right,
mind,
says that Ryan
the
Garcia
dismissed on.
dismisses Devin Haney rematch obsession, ICE tournament victory, and future mega fights. I've moved on. So Ryan Garcia says he's moved on. He's looking for the big fights in the future, but he has a 2-fight contract. He's going to be fighting Devin Haney twice. He's going to be fighting Rolly, and then most likely he's going to be fighting Devin Haney back-to-back. My guess is maybe they won't have. I think if Devin Haney survives the rematch and does well for himself, like he does okay, I don't think Devin Haney will fight Ryan Garcia again. I don't think he's going to do it. I have a sneaking feeling that Ryan Garcia might knock Haney out in the rematch, and I think if that happens, Devin Haney might actually retire. I think he might retire, which is it's not a good thing, man. You take a loss. Sometimes the guy's got your number, right? I mean, look at a guy like Shane Mosley. Fought Vernon Forrest twice. Shane Mosley, undefeated, was a beast. The guy was a beast. He went up in weight. Actually fought, unlike Floyd Mayweather and these other guys, he fought a prime Vernon Forrest, a prime dangerous fighter. And Shane Mosley lost twice. He lost twice, got his ass kicked. Vernon Forrest just, he just had more dimensions, longer guy, a lot of advantages. Sometimes guys got your number, but just because that guy beats you doesn't mean that guy could beat all the guys you beat. For example, Shane Mosley fought Mayorga. I think he fought him twice. I think he actually knocked Mayorga out twice. But in his older age, he had knocked out Mayorga when Mayorga was older, but he knocked out a younger Mayorga as well. Bob, he knocked him out. Mayorga beat Vernon Forrest twice. I think he actually TKO'd him twice as well. So that goes to show you that triangle theory many times, not always, is incorrect. All right, Bob, what do you got anything to show us?
No, the picture that I was looking for is missing now. I'm very sad.
What is it you were trying to show us?
Your sister posted a funny picture of an anime character who looked like that fighter, and I was like, I need to show it, which is why I wasn't going to show it on Bob phone.
Okay.
But she seems to have either deleted the post or it's buried or something. I don't know.
Okay, so Bob couldn't find it. All right.
Did you see the comment from Iceman saying, I forget which round it was, but it looked like Farmer's Corner was giving him smelling salts. Bastards. No smelling salts for you.
Oh, well, they were giving him smelling salts for the farmer? It wouldn't shock me. I don't think I saw that part.
Don't lie, guys. This song is making you do a small wiggle.
What, the song we hear right now? Is that too loud? Is that song too loud in there?
Manos is grooving down the sidewalk with his doggy.
Oh, nice.
Doing a little
man.
dance.
Wait, what kind of dog do you have?
We should all have a day where we talk about our pets. All
right, so yes, Bob wants us to talk about our pets, and talking about talking about pets. We got a guy who had lots of pets during his he's still a promoter. Bob Arum talking about TKO, the TKO League. The reason Bob Arum thinks the TKO Boxing League will upset UFC fighters. So he assumes that these TKO fighters are going to be making more money than the UFC fighters. I think that is true to a certain degree, but over time I think they're going to change the pay scale, and they'll be making as much as UFC fighters most likely, right? What do you think of that, Bob?
Agree.
Yes, they're going to have to, because these giant paychecks that these guys get, I mean, it's not that great to give a guy like a Canelo and guys that cherry pick. I mean, they shouldn't really be giving any fighter these kind of paydays. These are ridiculous paydays. $400 million. That's pretty crazy, right?
You know what's fucked up?
What?
Strippers have to pay the club in order to perform.
Yes.
I feel like Canelo should have to pay.
Yeah,
He's very boring.
Yeah, but you think he
should pay us. He should.
At times.
Pay us.
He's not, I wouldn't say he's boring, but he is
boring.
It's kind of
boring
when you have,
for a long time.
It's kind of boring when you have fights that aren't really contests.
He's lazy.
All right, Bob, want to read that headline?
No.
Can you please read it?
Yes. Canelo Alvarez reveals how disrespect forced him to cancel David Benavidez' fight.
Bob, can you please read that?
Superman.
Can you please read that in a Canelo Alvarez voice?
No.
Please?
No.
Give it a try. Give it a try.
No.
Bob, can you please give it a try?
I no longer speak English. I only speak interpretive dance now.
You know that is really up. You know that? Okay, let me read it like Canelo would. All right, 1 second.
Mars, it sounds like you're the one who had a bris, my love.
Canelo Alvarez reveals how disrespect forced him to cancel, not Canelo. Forced him to Canelo. I forced myself to Canelo.
Canelo forced to Canelo.
Canelo was forced to Canelo. Forced him to cancel David Benavidez fight. He thinks he's Superman.
Supermang.
He
You
thinks
gotta
he's
put
Superman.
the G at the end of it.
Canelo's like, he think that he can come here and demand things. He want to fight me. How dare you? You're supposed to kiss my ass and take a dive.
Maybe that's what he should have done. David Benavidez should have offered to hold Canelo's wiener while he peed.
You wait, really? Oh yeah, yes. Remember that? Canelo, he had his coach in there. He's like, I have to pee. Help me, please. Help me, please. I pee myself. David Benavidez blasts Canelo Alvarez for pay-per-view pricing and fight selection. This is an article about David Benavidez just saying that Canelo ain't taking the challenges and he's charging too much. And I agree 1,000,000%. You want to know why? Because it's true. That's why. Want to read this little bit right here, Bob, this quote?
This guy's charging so much for his PPVs. It's like he's spitting on you guys' faces, said Benavidez to the media. He's saying he doesn't give a fuck what you guys want. He's not going to give you the best fight. He didn't. It's not like he's saying that. He literally said that. Directly to the fans.
Exactly. I like the way they write this. Look, there's a little bit here. Let me see the writer of this. This writer must really be biased for Canelo, right? Look, you see this, Bob?
Undercard fighter David Benavidez.
He calls him an undercard fighter. Nah, that guy's a headliner, people.
Stupid people are gonna stupid, man.
He's a headliner for
the
sure.
only
He's
way
a
to
very
fix that
exciting.
is to prevent them from reproducing.
He's a very exciting fighter. He is. All right, we're gonna keep going on. We're gonna go into that whole bit about the Canelo thing. Go further into that. This is one of the great fighters that Canelo's fighting. Recently, Canelo Alvarez was in an interview and he said that David Benavidez has done nothing. And this is one of the reasons he's not fighting him is because he's done nothing in the sport. I mean, Canelo has every excuse in the world, but he has no excuses when it comes to fighting bums like Scold, little 147-pounder, 40-year-olds like Terrence Crawford, who's never really been that great, you know? Even as a welterweight, the guy was never great. You know that? He's a good fighter. Great? No way. And even the good fighter thing might be questionable because this guy got exploding gloves, Bob.
Broski. I've seen
Exploding
his fights.
gloves.
He's about as interesting
that
as
shirt,
watching
Bob.
a
What's up with that
fucking
shirt?
blade of grass grow.
What is that a Canelo lookalike? Is that Canelo fake Canelo?
Offer justified Canelo Alvarez and his actions of snubbing David Benavidez. During an interview with The Ring magazine, Terrence Crawford said that Canelo's decision to never give Benavidez the satisfaction of a good payday is rooted mostly on personal and racial causes. The Nebraska native, who's currently on track to face Canelo Alvarez this coming September, explained that being disrespectful
this coming September? Look at Canelo's nose, man.
Yikes.
He'll probably get it fixed at the end of his career, right?
Yeah, probably.
against Canelo was one thing, but receiving this from somebody who's also a fellow Mexican was sort of seen as some form of betrayal. Now, Terrence Crawford elaborated and
he's very betraying, man, that you come over here and you want to fight the top 168.
It's just a pile of gay.
You are a number one contender. I mean, how dare you? How dare you?
Said that Canelo's previous opponents were also disrespectful, and yet Canelo always fought them. However, getting this kind of treatment from someone who you'd expect to uplift you, and the contributions you've made, and the honor you've brought for the Mexican people, well, it seems...
Emphasis on con, right? Con.
Well, you're saying that David Benavidez is a con in
No,
this
not him,
instance.
Benavidez. I thought they were talking about Canelo.
No.
All right. Sorry. I meant that towards Canelo. Canelo.
Did not sit well with Canelo Alvarez. Terrence Crawford justified Canelo Alvarez.
I like how, wait, that's not Canelo. You see that? They got a guy like a fucking look-alike.
Canelo Alvarez.
That ain't Canelo, people, but they did a good job there. That looked like. What'd you think, Bob?
Except he has like the Justin Timberlake 2003 special haircut.
He does. And with that said, you're watching you're watching, anybody who's new to the channel, you're watching Foo Sports Live, the greatest channel known to man, the greatest show known to man. This is a combat sports show. This is where me and Bob go in and talk about, the world of combat sports. Very combat-y. This is a very combat-focused show. It's about combat. Oh, wait, that's Mortal Kombat. Sorry about that. Foo Sports Live. Subscribe
To the real FUTV.
to the real Foo TV. Foo Sports Live, people. It is quite amazing. All right, we're going to be going into more of these little stories we got over here. Just going around the web, people. Just looking at stories and things and stuff and things. Are you happy, Bob?
I am.
All right, Bob, want to read that headline?
Canelo Alvarez refutes idea that William Skull is an easy fight. Of course he does.
Of course, he got to sell the fight, right? $90. $90 for this card. Is it worth it?
Nope.
Nope.
Am I going to pay it?
Nope.
Nope.
Team stream on this one, people. Just kidding. I'm kidding. We would never do that. We
I'm
would
not
never
kidding.
do that. What?
I will not. I will watch it, but
Look
I
at
will
him.
not
Look
buy
at
it.
Canelo. He's like, this guy very good. He very good. People don't know how good he is. Let's listen to this little interview here from Canelo Alvarez. It's from Fight Hype. I just think it's crazy how Canelo Alvarez is still talking shit about David Benavidez. It's like, bro, you ducking fights, bro. You ducking effing fights. How are you going to talk shit to this guy? And also, every time he opens his stupid mouth, he just digs his grave a little deeper. Because he's always saying something stupid. He do nothing. This is why I fight him. Well, what the fuck has Skull done? Right? So he got a title. Yeah, he got a paper title. Trash title. Don't really mean anything. What did Berlanga do? Why did he fight Berlanga? You know? What did Charlo do at 168? Nothing. Nothing. What did Munguia do? Nothing. All he does is fight. Look, he fought Chavez Jr. What the hell did Chavez Jr. do? Do you know how many guys Canelo's fought in his career who have done nothing? Bob, many.
Mm-hmm.
It's Brian Mazik, and this is unanimous.
These guys just a little too scary for him. This is a style that he never dealt with before. This is the kind of style that will knock him out. He will get knocked out.
It's decisions, and it is my pleasure to speak to an all-time great, Canelo Alvarez. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm great, thank you.
All right.
I like this. He's like, it's my pleasure to talk to an all-time great. And Canelo, how you doing? I'm great. I am great. This is true. This is true. I am great. An all-time great. Is that Francis Ngannou interviewing him? What the hell?
Man, so I got to ask you, obviously you have the fight coming up with William Skull. What is a quality about him that makes your fight with him?
Yeah, very good hair. Yeah, very good hair. Look at him. What is he doing? His Clint Eastwood
He's
eyes.
looking into the sun.
Hunter eyes.
Perhaps a little bit more dangerous than people realize.
You know, he's a world champion, and I want to be an undisputed champion.
Paper champion. This is what I was talking about before. That this shit is just garbage. They put these two guys in this fight, right? Skull and this other guy who's not very good. And they fight for this little paper title. So this guy can come out and say, you know, they got two bums to fight each other. And so he gets to choose one of those bums. And the guy who won, from what I heard, I didn't watch the whole fight, the Skull's fight where he won this title, but I heard it was a robbery or it was a very close fight. Now he's going to fight this guy, this Skull guy, who's just not very good. And he gets to be, in the lens of history, they're going to say, oh, he's two-time undisputed 168 champion. Two-time. It's like, what, beating a bum? Maybe that Benavidez fucked up because he should have been down there and fought one of those guys, right? Fought one of those bums and gotten that title. And then, you know what Canelo would have done, Bob? He would have continued to duck him still.
Yeah, of course.
2 times undisputed champion. And, you know, he have the Cuban school. You know,
you have a Cuban school.
You know how you solve a problem like Canelo Alvarez?
What?
You ignore him. The only reason he has the bargaining wherewithal that he has is because so many people pay him so much mind. If people literally just were like, you know what, you're fucking boring, retire, I don't care, guess what? I bet you, if his social media blade or his social blade score started to drop, if his follower count started to dip, I bet you he would take a Benavidez fight. I bet you.
Yeah, Canelo, I wouldn't say he's boring, but I'd say that the fact that he fights these guys that are outmatched many times isn't entertaining. It isn't, because he'll get these, and a lot of times he doesn't even have very like impressive wins over these outmatched opponents. So it says something about him.
Complicated. He's tall. He knows how to use the ring, the jab, have a very good jab, and he had qualities. But you know, at this point of my career, I face everybody, every style, and I need to adapt myself.
There is one style I don't want to face. I face everybody. No, you don't want the Benavides. He will beat your ass.
To anything.
Okay. All right. Now, at first, you know, before the linkage with Turki Al-Sheikh, it seems like you guys got off to maybe a little bit of a rocky relationship. What changed? Because it's something definitely changed. What do you think changed?
I think it's.
I think it's the money and how he let me cherry pick bums and get $400 million.
Bad communication, misunderstanding, right? We never talk directly. The times he wants to talk with me is always.
All right, what we're gonna do is we're gonna skip ahead a little bit, just a little bit.
This guy has like
the greatest fighters
the
of all
social cachet of a fucking dead pigeon.
Who, Canelo?
Yeah.
Oh, he's boring as hell.
He's
and
like,
specifically
it's like
Mexican.
He doesn't
My
have a lot of
lord.
personality.
No.
Sometimes at the weigh-ins or at the press conference, he is funny. He had one good press conference, I'll say, where he said, "Bad day, bad day."
He also had a funny interview where he said he likes shoes, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, this man has all of the charisma of a dead pigeon.
Yes.
A Mexican icon whose legacy is pretty much cemented.
And
But what
Mexican
current
people have
up-and-coming
like
Mexican
usually
fighters-
a lot of charisma and big personalities. Like
Yes.
we have a lot of friends who are Mexican.
Yes.
He is an outlier. He's so fucking boring.
He
Dear
looks like
Christ.
he's about to fall asleep. Like he just looks so bored.
We're all
you
about to
see
fall asleep.
that you would identify as like this person is the next star.
But this
for your
this
people.
interview doesn't have a lot of
You know,
energy.
it's a lot of young fighters there,
Mhm.
but the most likely right now is Marco Verde.
Okay.
Marco Verde is gonna be one of the best upcoming fighters from Mexico.
Okay.
All right, so
now,
we're waiting for him to
what-
say something. I don't know why. Of course, he's not going to bring up Benavidez. He's talking about young Mexican fighters are going to be, big deal after him. We already know which one is the biggest one.
Seeing you answer multiple questions about this guy, but there was something about the way David Benavidez was pursuing a fight with you, and it seemed
being mean. He was mean to me.
it was maybe annoying to you. But what aspect? And correct me if I'm wrong. But what aspect of his approach kind of
He don't suck my dick. You have to suck my bleep. You have to do that. You don't get fight if you don't take dive. You have to suck my.
You know,
You see, look at this guy. You see him? He has to create some kind of excuse. That's really what it is. He knows he just doesn't want to fight the guy because he knows the dude's gonna beat the shit out of him. And so look what he has to say. Now he has to explain himself. Look what he's doing, Bob. Like he has to think real hard to kind of like dodge this shit and to build it up like the other guy is the reason why this fight isn't happening.
you know,
What does that mean, Bob, when you have a person shifting their eyes like that far to the right?
Yeah.
Right?
He's
So
fabricating
He's
things.
fabricating something. He's creating a lie.
rubbed you the wrong way.
you know,
This is a very hard question. Look, he's already fidgeting. He's itching the side of his head. Look at him. He's scratching himself. I mean, this question has got him stumped. Like, oh shit! How the fuck am I gonna get out of this one?
But he's also like, your literal job is to go punch people in the face and in turn get punched in the face. And you were so aggrieved by the words somebody used that you couldn't possibly fight them
But the thing is, he's basically asking why the Benavidez fight didn't
No, I
happen.
understand that, but he's trying to figure out what he can say that doesn't make him simultaneously sound like a bitch and a coward.
But like I said, the thing is with Canelo is that many times he opens his mouth and he basically buries his own grave or sticks his own foot into his fucking mouth. Look at him. He's hard thinking about this one.
I don't know. I don't really know how
His
to
brain hasn't had
answer
to do this much work in a
question,
long
but
He
time.
says, I really don't know how to answer this question. I plead the fifth. I duck him
I just
because
don't want to fight him.
I just don't want to fight him. I envision him beating the fuck out of me, and so I don't want to get the fuck beaten out of me. I have many dreams about this guy, you know, man. He in my dreams, you know. This Benavides, sorry, got hiccups. This Benavides guy, you know. Sometimes I look at myself and I think this.
yeah.
You know, last night I had a dream that I picked up a leopard gecko that I was rescuing, and it gave me rabies.
Yes. And Canelo thinks that too. He's like, if I fight Benavides, like, look, I have dream with him. He's like this. I'm in the woods, right? And Benavides is like, hey, bitch, come on, bitch. I mean, so what? And then I shoot him with the paint, and he go, what the fuck is this, bitch? And I go, oh no, David, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me. I don't know why he became Jewish out of nowhere. Don't hurt me no more. David, no. David, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more.
What you guys may not know is that Fu and I make up songs all the time. We are living in like some weird fucked up Disney musical because we make up songs for all sorts of things all of the time. And we sing them like wherever it doesn't matter. We're in public, we're in private, whatever. We're in the car. People around us, no one around us, we are making up our dumb little songs constantly. So that's a very normal thing that Fu just did, and we both do it all the time, and it's great.
Want to read the comments from Manos there, Bob?
I don't know.
He has a
maybe.
couple of good comments.
I kid. So, Manos is saying Canelo doesn't have a reason other than to not lose. Canelo wants to age him out, so he's struggling to make 168.
I have that feeling that Canelo, they have a plan possibly call out Benavides for the fourth fight of the contract. And they're going to probably try to bring him back down to 168. I think that's my guess of what they would do, because that's what Canelo do, man. That's what he does.
Manos is saying that that's probably why they'll push Benavides versus Ramirez at cruiserweight, and then he'll drain himself to 168.
Yes, man. I don't always fight threats, but when I do, I drain them. This is what I do.
I just don't understand why we're still talking about him, honestly. Like, I think that the solution to a person like Canelo Alvarez, much like a solution to a person like Floyd Mayweather, to Jake Paul, to all of these fucking fooligans, is to just ignore them. They are not interesting. They have nothing meaningful to contribute. They are not promoting, advancing, or improving the sport in literally any capacity. So you know what? When they do an interview, don't watch it. Don't read it. When they have a fight, don't watch it. Stream it. Steal it. I don't care. And you know what? Vote with your dollar. Vote with your eyes. Vote with your attention. Vote with your energy. If you do not believe that he is earning his keep, fire him. Done. It's very simple.
Exactly.
I think the way he talks, he think he's Superman, right? And he is very...
The way he talk, he think he's Superman, but he's super scary. He's super scary to me. Like I said, many dreams about this guy, most of them sexual, but I know that I don't want to fight him because, like I said, I get scared. I run away. He's like Jason Voorhees.
Disrespect. Not just with me, with everybody. And he's accomplished nothing. Yeah.
Beta! You see what he says? He accomplished nothing. Like I say, Canelo, he opened his mouth and he put his foot right into his fucking mouth.
We've got a Rusty Cage in the comments saying, let's be honest, you guys love talking about him. I mean, who doesn't like talking about a clown? But that is, like, all things being equal here.
Benavides,
I would much rather have a combat sports show talking about, like, actual fighters of substance rather than just all the 847 reasons that Canelo has invented that somebody may have minorly offended his very delicate sensibilities, and therefore he should never be expected to do his goddamn job.
He for sure is the new... He's the ginger Floyd Mayweather. He's just cherry picking. That's it. He said how many times he has to say, I did enough. I do what I like. Yeah, that Benavides said that. He says this guy does whatever he wants. We should have read some more of that little article.
Yeah.
He goes in on that. He says this guy disrespects the fans. He does not fight anyone of who they want him to fight. And he literally straight up tells you that I do what I like. I don't need to do anything for you. All right?
It would
And so
appear
look
that
at it, look, Bob, look how ridiculous this is. He says this guy's done nothing. Well, he actually had a title. First of all, he's one of the biggest. He's the, if anything, the boogeyman of the 168. He was the boogeyman. Most of these guys did not want to fight that man. All right, he was the guy that everybody wanted Canelo to fight, right? And so, what does this guy do? He says he's done nothing. Well, what did Berlanga do? Did he do something? No. He do something. He don't try to knock me out. He just let me, maybe some things, some deals behind the scenes, maybe. I mean, dude, these guys don't even come to beat this guy. That's what I feel like when I watch him. And it's probably gonna be the same with the Skull guy. It's gonna be garbage. It's gonna be a garbage fight. But the reality is that this guy fights. This guy fights all kinds of people.
Never Sobers is in the comments saying, "Leave Canelo alone."
No, this guy fights all kinds of people that have done nothing. Okay, nothing.
Hi, Never Sobers. How are you? Ooh, did you forget that some people listen to you with headphones on?
Never Sobers is a ride, people.
You are injuring their delicate little ears.
It's Sobers. I'm sorry, I had to do it. I have to do it. I have to.
In all fairness, Never Sobers, I'm the one being very, very mean, and Fu is trying to give everybody their due credit. I'm just being sassy.
Exactly. Okay, so here we go, people. Here we go.
With me, with everybody, and he's accomplished nothing. He's not even a champion, and he's not even in my weight class already.
Hey, look, he kind of smirks a little bit when he says that. You see that? The happiness in him? He's not even in my weight class.
But I just think it's funny that he's like, he also cheat weight like I cheat weight.
He's not in my weight class, even though I win light heavyweight title. He's not in my weight class. Why don't you go fight him in the weight class that you fought in? I mean, look, Canelo's a beast. He knocks Kovalev out in the 11th round. The guy's got power.
He's not in my weight class.
He's not in my weight class. I fight the light heavyweight before.
Somebody
and I
needs
win
to
WBA
make a Canelo Alvarez cartoon.
Title. I win the light heavyweight title, but he's not even in my weight class. What do you mean, light heavyweight? That's one of your weight classes, then, isn't it? Why don't you make that super fight, Canelo? Make that super fight, man.
Never Sobers is saying he was trolling another channel, but they banned him.
Oh, Sobers?
Yep.
Why would you do that?
Sobers, you have to walk that fine line.
I'm disappointed in you, Sobers. I can't believe you did that.
You went too far. You flew too close to the sun.
He did.
And like Icarus, were cast into the sea of the banhammer.
That's not true. He says my hate for Canelo. I don't hate Canelo. I hate any fighter that does this. You know, I just
I hate everybody.
She does. Okay, let's hear what Canelo.
My default state is hatred.
Maybe Canelo will change our mind.
He won't.
We'll learn to respect him.
He won't.
For what he's doing. Wait, what's up with that hat? What is that? He's got peppers on his hat?
It looks like he's got two pickles.
What is that?
Maybe it's like the tuna fish hands.
What the hell is that?
You know, it's a lot of things there.
No, but let's read these what would you call that, Bob? Micro facial expressions? Look at this. This guy's full of fucking duping delight. Bob, read these. We're going to have to watch this very closely.
If you keep making me watch this fucking overrated ginger, I'm gonna leave.
Bob.
And I'm gonna go sit outside and look at the grass.
This is making me feel like this.
Matt Damon.
Is it, Bob? Is this guy being a little bit beta right now?
Yeah. Beta.
Is that how you feel about him?
He's not even beta.
Not just with me, with everybody, and he's accomplished nothing.
You see what he does there? The dude's just scared. He should just say, "Bro, I'm scared."
He's not even a champion.
He's not even a champion. Well, if you fought him, he have all your belts.
Not even in my weight class already.
And then he smiles. He's not even in my weight class already.
Because that he's taking a page out of the Canelo Alvarez official playbook of being too fucking fat.
Well, look, he's saying not even in my weight class. Well, that's some bullshit to say because when he was in your weight class, you didn't want to fight him. And now he's in your other weight class, which you won a WBO title in. So why don't you go fight him in your other weight class?
And, you know, it's a lot of things there that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because, you know, you got your ass whipped, right? It makes perfect financial sense. He just doesn't want to take that ass whooping.
And plus, At this point in my career, I can do whatever I want.
There you go. There's a great excuse, right, Bob?
There's the real truth.
He should have just said that from the beginning because that's the truth. And this is why boxing is such a joke because it allows guys like this to just fucking cherry pick and then hold on to those belts, right? And I put money if Benavidez came back down and he had himself an impressive win at 168. You know what would happen? This motherfucker would still keep ducking him. I do what I like, and plus I do what I want. This is the bullshit that Floyd Mayweather brought into boxing. That people actually will hear this man say this and accept it. How could you accept that? Look.
At this point in my career, I can do whatever I want. And plus, at this point in my career, I can do whatever I want.
You see the nerve to say something like that. This guy's getting $400 million in this contract, and he really thinks he can just pick and choose his fights. This is killing boxing. This is for sure one of the things that's killing boxing. All right? Bob, what do you think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've really talked about that a lot. And I don't know, man. Like, you're more on the pulse of the whole boxing fandom community, whatever.
Yeah.
But
oh, look at this guy. This guy is such a fucking joke. You know, sorry, Bob. Sorry for cutting you off. Say it again, Bob.
If there is a performer of any type that displays behavior that I find unacceptable, I just remove them from my worldview.
Yes, but listen
until they redeem themselves, or for the remainder of their existence. But this guy ain't gonna redeem himself.
This guy's always
so like for me. This is very odd behavior to like engage with literally anything he puts out into the world.
But that statement he made there basically tells you, there's no way that he would ever fight that guy. He's afraid of him. He knows he sees that guy as a big challenge that would beat the fuck out of him. Because people, be real. This guy, if that guy came in there healthy, Benavidez, he would easily beat the fuck out of Canelo Alvarez. He would beat him pillar to post. The whole fight, he just beat. Dude, this guy he for sure would quit on the stool. He would quit on the stool. I put money he would quit on the stool. He would be a bloody mess. He'd eat like 8,000 fucking uppercuts. He'd just take the beating of his life. And he knows it. This is why, and he has the nerve to come out here and say, like, I do what I like. I got these giant paydays. All these people pretending I'm the best, but then I ducked the hardest fight, the fight everybody wanted to see.
Yeah. And
because that's what it is with this guy. He don't take fights unless he really feels that he can win them. And that guy ain't coming to lay down for him.
Yeah. And I agree.
This is so disgusting. Also, these interviewers are fucking pathetic. This guy comes out there and literally says, I do whatever the fuck I want. I cherry pick if I like. He's basically telling you that he doesn't want the fight because it's too hard of a fight for him. He doesn't want that kind of fight. He wants to cherry pick and fight bums and pretend they're good.
Career, I can do whatever.
So he says, I do whatever I like. I do what I want. Now listen to this interviewer.
Yeah. And I agree. I agree. So
yeah. And I agree. I'm a boxing fan, but yeah, just do whatever you like. Don't give back to people that made you filthy rich. You know, an actual fight, a legitimate fight. No, I'm gonna fight Skold, this guy that no one gives a fuck about, for a bullshit paper belt, paper championship. Skold's never done anything. What has he done? Nothing.
And we're going to beat up that woman beater.
That's what he did. He's
We've
a woman beater.
got Iceman in the comments saying that he thinks Mexicans are keeping boxing alive. And then Rusty is asking if you hate Mexicans.
Oh, yeah. Where do you get this stuff from?
That's a very, like...
Who hates Mexicans?
That's like a very one-dimensional view of existence.
That is so weird. Like,
we can dislike this particular Mexican, and we don't dislike him because he's Mexican. Oh my God. We dislike him because he's a piece of shit.
Rusty's he's joined the freaking what? BLM or something over here? So I talk about Canelo, so he's now, what are you, racist? It's like those people when you talk about Crawford, and they're like, what, are you racist?
The whole issue
you just hate
with
black people.
Like the issue with Canelo, honestly speaking, is the attitude that he brings and also the laziness that he has demonstrated with his career. He hasn't been interesting, he hasn't been innovative, he hasn't been pushing the sport in any meaningful way for a very long time. He's basically been unofficially retired for at least the last several years, and now he's just essentially making a mockery of not only his fans, but the sport that made him a multi-millionaire, because instead of actually working towards legacy, fighting the best, like taking the challenging fights, taking the interesting fights. He's coasting because he thinks he's entitled to. And that is infuriating.
It's the Floyd school of ducking. You know, that's what it is.
No. And you guys can take anything away from my career, from my legacy, for anything. Because if you see my resume, I fought everybody out there.
I mean, and Rusty says, who did he duck? Yeah, one of the guys he ducked was Triple G. That was another guy. I mean, there's a couple of guys he ducked. Canelo ducked guys. Canelo has been known to drain guys.
It's not even just about the ducking. It's about the fact that, he's not coming out there and advancing the sport. He is obviously trying to manipulate contracts. He is trying to manipulate weight classes. He's trying to manipulate rehydration clauses. He's having all kinds of shenanigans about gloves, and instead of focusing on being the best boxer he could possibly be and fighting the best boxers that are in the sport right now, particularly if he has the capacity to float between weight classes, he is focusing on making it as easy as possible for him to coast his way to retirement with as big a payday as possible.
I mean, that's what he does. He's just cherry picking. I mean, he's fighting all kinds of guys that weren't top contenders. He was just cherry picking. That's what he's been doing. Why is he fighting John Ryder? Why did he fight Berlanga? He didn't have to fight Munguia. He's just fighting the lowest, guys that... These guys are not real threats to him. He's not fighting any real dangerous fighters. Yeah. Not anymore.
Mm-hmm. And that's a mindful choice that he's making.
And another thing is that there's not really at 168, there's not really much challenges there. This guy supposedly beat Kovalev. So why isn't he fighting at light heavyweight? Why not? People are going to make it up all day that he's not a light heavyweight. Well, if he's not a light heavyweight, then how do you knock out Kovalev, right? That's a totally real fight, right, guys? That was a real fight. Are you admitting that it was a fake fight? Is that what you're admitting?
See, I think that the issue is either you are a fan of individuals or you are a fan of the sport. And Fu and I were actually talking about this on a drive we took the other day. I think that one of the problems is fandoms are kind of split into three categories. Either you are a fan of the sport, and then it doesn't matter who is fighting. You enjoy the science and the art of the sport itself. You are potentially a fan of an individual, right? It's the cult of personality concept where you are a fan of, say, Canelo Alvarez in this instance, and then it kind of doesn't matter what Canelo does, who he fights, who he doesn't fight. You like Canelo, therefore you like whatever Canelo decides to give you. And then there's this third group where it's because you and Canelo, for example, share a particular ethnic background, you both have red hair, whatever it is, because you have not achieved that level of success in your life, you're borrowing his success because you see an aspect of yourself in him. And those are typically the most ferocious followers and fans, because if you challenge the person with whom they have that strange parasocial relationship, you're not just challenging a stranger, a person that none of us know. It's as though you're challenging them. And I think that it's really important to reiterate, depending on when in the life cycle of this channel you're coming to us. We are fans of the sport. And while we may like certain fighters or not like them, this is definitely not a cult of personality over here. I don't care who is fighting. I want the best to fight the best in an interesting fashion. I don't give a fuck who it is.
Okay, yeah.
So when we're talking about a fighter, if we are talking about a fighter in a critical or negative way, it is not because we hate them. It is not because we hate their country of origin. It is because we think that individual specific person is doing something worthy of critique.
Yes, that, and we're incredibly racist. I have to let that be known. Sometimes in life, people, you just got to be racist. It's just a thing you got to do, Sometimes late at night, I just sit there in the chair and I say the N-word at least 100 times.
While you're combing your hair.
While I'm combing my hair. It's a thing we do, Bob.
It is.
As ultra.
We make it into a song, actually.
Yes.
We have trained our dogs to dance to it. We have a bunch of black dogs, so that makes it even funnier.
Yes. The sadness of being so cool and so super racist is not very deep, because we remind ourselves how much better we are than everyone else because we're black, Hispanic, Jewish, German,
And Rusty
French,
Cage, to your
Mexican.
comment that Hitler is beloved worldwide, I will challenge you to say, there have been points in history where Adolf Hitler was the cover of Time magazine. So, a cult of people who have questionable levels of intelligence all agreeing to like a thing doesn't really mean that it's a good thing or a thing that is worthy of love.
You know what's interesting? The other day I was talking to a person, and by the other day I mean yesterday. And this guy, because maybe some people might not like talking about this, but hearing about this, but there might be super ultra Hitler, right, Bob? Maybe they turned him into an android or robot. I'm kidding. That's a joke. This guy thought that they found Hitler's body and they were able to identify it because of DNA.
No.
And I was like, bro, they didn't have DNA till like the 80s.
Yeah.
So no, they didn't. And actually, they found his body, supposedly his body. They can't prove it was his body. They said his face was burned off. So they couldn't identify him.
Because that's not
That's kind of an
really
odd thing to just burn
convenient.
the face and nothing else, just the face, huh?
That was after, I'm sure, he shot himself in the back of the head 3 times.
Yeah, they said a bunch of stuff. My guess is the guy got away, possibly. I mean, there's a reason why he was in Bionic Commando, people. You ever played Bionic Commando on the NES? That's a fact. That mother effer.
Iceman says, after all the heartfelt speech that Bob gave, Fu came in and said, and we're racist.
I mean, you gotta... Yeah.
Yes.
We're racist, just like Canelo. Canelo super racist. It's a fact. He don't like Benavides because he say he not full Mexican. He got that pure ginger Mexican blood.
Yes,
Hey,
his grandparents
going, guys?
definitely ate bratwurst
And Canelo, I do what I like.
and drank beer and probably did some really strange hand salutes.
We're joking. We were joking. We're not Elon Musk over here with his little bullshit where he's all like, my heart goes out to you.
I don't have a heart. It can't go anywhere.
You can do it. You can do it. All right, let's listen to Canelo.
So, I'm very good with my resume.
I'm very good.
It's a lot of fighters actually. The thing is that
What is it, Bob? Why are you laughing?
Every time he opens his mouth, he just sounds like he belongs on South Park.
He's like, yeah, he sounds like Jennifer Lopez. Jennifer Lopez.
He's like a
Is he
live-action
faking that?
South
This
Park
motherfucker,
character.
He's faking that voice, isn't he? This fucking guy is faking that voice. I know it. He ain't Mexican. That guy's related to Matt Damon, isn't he, Bob? That guy is
That man
related
is related to
Matt
Cartman.
Damon.
That man is Cartman.
He does. He looks like live action Cartman.
He does. And he
really
sounds
does.
like live action Cartman. And he has the processing capacity of live action Cartman.
Honey.
If you know what? If you put him in a
That
puffer
dude's a
jacket
stereotype.
with
That's
a hood
fucked
up,
Yeah.
okay? I'm just saying, Cartman.
This is fucked up. This is really, I'm sorry, guys. We're sorry to all
Never
of our-
Sobers is never going to forgive
I'm
you
sorry,
for this
Sobers.
one.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I did mean
Longer
every
fight.
word of it. I have no
We're sorry,
regrets
Rusty.
and no
we're sorry
remorse.
that we've been racist. We're sorry that we're racist. We're sorry that we're Bob's not racist. I'm incredibly racist.
Bob is not sorry for anything. Bob would say it again to
I'm
his
racist,
face.
I'm homophobic. I'm transphobic.
I would use the Google Translator app to translate it into Spanish so I could say it in his face and make sure he understood it.
What the? My screen just went off. What something happened there?
Is it on?
Yes. Bob accidentally turned one of my screens off.
I was doubling down so hard on getting in his face and telling him about himself that I turned his screen
She got
off.
so excited she accidentally turned one of my screens off. I was like, what the hell are you doing?
I used
and the
the
longer they
powers
get
of
great.
autism to turn your screen
Yeah,
off.
She pressed the damn button on my monitor by accident.
There's always going to be a next guy.
Yeah.
Always. And, you know, at some point, and I've talked to other fighters, Terrence Crawford said this to me, Floyd Mayweather said this to me. At the end of the day, you can never satisfy everybody.
Oh my God, what a fucking excuse, right? At the end of the day, you can never satisfy everybody. It's like, bro, you're supposed to be an athlete and a boxer. You're supposed to be the best, so why didn't you fight the best? Skull, no one wants to see that. There are other guys at 168 that are better than this. This is why I fucking hate these little corny fake titles. This is a paper championship. That guy ain't he ain't a high level guy. There are guys better than the Skull dude.
So
A paper title, so he gets to fight this bum.
I kind of concur with what you're saying there. So, but we are talking about career.
That right
Is
there, that
one
little like
fight
lippy
or
thing
a
he just
moment?
did, That should be the profile picture for his Tinder.
Yeah, it should be. I mean, he looks
Or
so
no,
bored.
Grindr.
I mean, it's so annoying looking at him. Like, the dude, motherfucker's like so bored. He's like, oh, I fucking hate
He's
my
just
life.
staring there looking lovingly at a picture of himself on the screen. You know that's what he's doing. He's just looking at himself.
I can't stand that hat he's wearing. It's fucking annoying. Those cartoon little peppers. He just looks
See,
so bored.
he's giving you, he's breaking the fourth wall and letting you know that he's secretly Cartman.
Man, come on, man. Come on. You said, don't look at us with those eyes, you woman beater.
And we're going to beat up that woman beater.
I mean, I don't know if he's a
Did
woman
he beat
beater.
up his girlfriend?
No, I just made that up.
I feel like he wasn't one of those.
No, I made that
I
up.
feel like he's too much of a sissy.
Who? Canelo?
Canelo.
He machismo, man.
Have you seen
Yeah, look,
the
this is
jaw
Canelo.
on his girlfriend?
This is Canelo's house. Damn, Canelo, you got to
What is
clean up a little bit
Canelo?
here, man. What the fuck? You got skeletons on the table and all that. What is this? This is crazy, man. What the fuck is going on here? Look, is that where Canelo is? Oh, it's Canelo!
No.
Nah, that looked more
that
like
looks more like Bud Crawford.
That looked more like Shakur Stevenson.
No, that looks like Bud.
Yeah, it does a little bit. That's Bud making 147, right? That's him
Bud
making the weight,
existing.
Yeah. Canelo.
See, the reason that Bud is able to make that weight is because his girlfriend eats all his food.
Yeah. Where the fuck is this Tales from the Crypt clip?
I don't know.
Okay, Tales from the Crypt.
I don't hate fat people.
Tales from the Ducker.
I just
in
like
your career.
I don't know.
What?
I just think it's funny.
All right, let's finish this clip.
They're
here.
like Teletubbies.
This video is only 6 minutes and 44 seconds, and
Look
we
at the
made it like 3
Teletubbies.
hours.
That you would do differently if you had a second chance.
You know, nothing, because things happen for a reason. And I think things
I think things happen because stuff and things. Things are things and stuff. I love you.
Potato.
need to happen in that way.
They need to happen.
And
This motherfucker's so fake. You know he got a Boston accent. That ain't real. This guy's been faking it the whole time. Bob, this guy isn't even Mexican. He just wanted the Mexican dollar. I think I could do it too, bro. I've been doing it. I just do things and stuff, and it happen. You know, it happen. You know, baby.
and I think things happens because need to happen in that
Because
way.
stuff.
And that thing.
What's up, Dark? The things happen because I know they don't happen. They happen. The things they happen because stuff and things. You know?
Is the way you.
What is it, Bob?
His existence
You
irritates me. I'm very
grab
sad that the
that
resources of
experience
air
and
we
put it
have on this
in
planet are going to him.
Yes. He's having some issues. Yeah, let's listen
I would
to
like
this.
to nominate him to go to Mars.
Bob, let's listen to this. He's some deep
They shot a dog into space and let it burn up on re-entry. Why didn't they use him instead?
Bob, we're trying
At least dogs
we're
are
trying
cute.
to listen to Canelo.
I don't wanna
Let's hear
listen to Canelo.
He's trying to break it down.
I would
things and
rather
stuff.
put my head through a wall.
And that
Here we go.
thing is the way you
I have to pee.
you grab that experience.
Yes.
and put it in-
Reynoso, he grabbed that thing and he moved it like some stuff. I have to pee. Remember that, Bob? You have to pee.
Yeah.
I have to pee. And you have to pee.
I've been like, you're on your own there, buddy.
What? He has to pee, Bob. He has to pee.
I think he did
right?
that on purpose,
Because some
probably.
fighter, they lost. Or
You know that Canelo, after that video came out, they actually edited that video and pulled that out of it.
Well, yeah, because it's deeply
This
disturbing.
idiot told people that his damn trainer grabbed his cock. Grabbed his cock.
Don't be vulgar.
No, afraid not beautiful.
He's afraid he's not beautiful, Bob.
He isn't beautiful.
You have to piss.
Hey, I need to go pee.
Hey, I need to go pee.
when these two look each other in the eye, excuse my French, you know they just want to fuck each other. This guy...
Thank you for that, Canelo. Thank you. Thank you very much. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Bob, Canelo's here. Shit! What the hell is that, Bob? What is that?
Herpes.
Canelo got herpes, man?
It would
Something
certainly
they go
appear
down.
so.
And I think the most important thing is what you learn about everything. Because it's not a loss, it's a learn from your life, from your
I got it. Can we please get you out of our
career,
face,
for
Canelo?
everything. And,
Go away.
And no, I'm not. I'm
Leave.
not
Wait.
doing anything different.
I gotta get this out of our face, Bob. Where the fuck is this?
I feel like it's the correct thing.
This is really annoying.
I learned.
Mm-hmm.
Wait. This herpes is all in my freaking face. I lost where the herpes is, Bob. Oh, whoa.
You lost your herpes?
Oh, whoa. Canelo lost his face, bro.
And that's it.
Yeah. And there's very few defeats on the record, so it's easier to not to have regrets. You haven't lost a lot. So
yeah.
It's all about losing, bro. It's all about not losing too much. It's not about challenges, taking on all the challenges. It's about not losing. You haven't lost a lot.
Got some parts to it, so I'm gonna ask you, if I say these five fighters' names to you, what is the first word that comes to mind?
Okay.
So
Sexy.
First one is Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Gay.
Great fighter.
Jake Paul.
Extra gay. Super extra gay.
Good businessman.
Yeah. David Benavidez.
Good fighter.
Who did he say?
David Benavidez.
Oh my God. Yeah. He's just good, huh?
Good businessman.
David Benavidez.
Good fighter.
Gervonta Davis.
Good fighter.
The last one is Terrence Crawford.
Good fighter.
Amazing. Good fighter. Yeah, good fighter. That's it, bro. That's all you can say. Good fighter. Come on. Terrence, a lot of those guys in that list were very beta. Beta. Yes.
All right. Well, I appreciate your time. I know we're on a tight schedule, so
right, Bob?
it's an honor. Just my appreciation to be able to speak to you, sir. And good luck in your fight coming up in May, as well as hopefully that fight in September with Terrence Crawford.
Yeah,
I'm trying to see how long I can go without breathing, because maybe I'll slip into a coma and not have to hear Canelo anymore.
Okay. That's a terrible thing to say, Bob. Okay, people. Sorry we showed you that video. Canelo, he duck. That's what he does.
That's an example of an interview that is completely fucking worthless. If you're going to have the opportunity to interview somebody, at least ask questions that are interesting.
He's like, Canelo, can I please suck your nuts?
Like, Canelo, I love you so much.
I do what I like.
Special.
I do what I like. I agree with you. I agree.
Like, Jesus Christ.
Remember when he said, I do what I like. Yes, Canelo, I agree. I have to pee. Yes, Canelo, you have to pee. That's important to know that you have to pee. I'm peeing myself right now. I pee in my pants. I need a diaper, please. All right, people, you're watching The Real Food TV, the greatest channel known to man. Anybody who's new to the channel, remember to subscribe to The Real Food TV. This is the greatest channel known to man. All right, I didn't mean to do that. This channel truly is a KO. You're watching. I have a license, or not I have license to duck. Let me say it like Canelo. I have license to duck. I do it because I like it. I do what I like. I agree. Look at Benavidez on the right, looking like a monkey. He's like, no, let me eat you. Right, Bob?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Caleb Plant over here saying that Berlanga is ducking him. Why would Berlanga duck him? I don't know why he would, but Caleb Plant wants
I think
to say
that this is like a reverse psychology thing where he's trying to piss Berlanga off to actually get him to fight him.
Berlanga Caleb Plant just loves to, what he does is he likes to use, it looks like he's trying to get the Spanish dollar. That's what I think, right? He jumps on any Spanish fighter pretty much. What do you agree with that, Bob? It's like Canelo, now he wants Berlanga. Like, who's next?
Well, because I think he knows that like Spanish fighters tend to have like a lot of fan solidarity behind them, so he's more likely to get better numbers. Even though he's not getting them, it's like his opponent's getting them, but he's stealing them.
Dude, he got his ass kicked by the Cum in his last fight. You know the Cum, right? Macumbi. What's funny is on the card when we were watching the Plant fight, the commentators didn't want to call him his name, which is Macumbi. They were calling him Macrumbi. Macrum. They're uncomfortable with the word cum, Bob. Pretty childish, huh? That's why I call him the Cum, short for Macumbi. Cumby. You know, remember Gumby?
I feel like you need to make that into a poster.
Gumby. It'll be like a Gumby, but like
with his face on it,
but like cummy. He'll be like white.
Oh my god,
the white Gumby. You guys know, Bob? Can you pull up a picture of Gumby?
No,
please.
No,
so we can show people they might not know who Gumby is.
Who doesn't know who Gumby
Bob,
is?
Pull up the picture, please.
Oh.
Maybe you could type in like white Gumby. That you might find that. So yeah, Caleb Plant. He's all like, "Don't duck me, Berlanga." I think Berlanga has a good chance of knocking Caleb Plant the fuck out. I think he does. I think Caleb Plant is a hype job.
All right, I got it.
Okay, Bob's got a picture. We're gonna look at it. Did you get it on the Foos phone?
Yeah.
I mean the Bob phone. Sorry about that. There it is, people. There's Gumby. Gumby. Macumbi himself. The Cum. That's a terrible drawing of Gumby. That horse's face is in it. All right. Not going to go into that. Looks a bit odd. Gumby. There you go. That's not exactly what he looked like on the show. He was like clay, right? He's claymation, right, Bob?
Yes.
Right. This here has absolutely nothing to do with boxing. I like to slide in a little zinger in there from time to time. No diddy. Want to read that headline, Bob?
Zuckerberg's right-wing metamorphosis still has a long way to go.
Isn't it funny how these guys flip-flop like this? And I would say the people that, and I love the Jewish people, but, you know, a little less inbreeding, please. I mean, why does everybody look the same? I mean, is that Woody Allen? That's Woody Allen, right, Bob?
It looks like it.
Or is that Peter Weller? Peter Weller, that's his name, right? Peter Weller?
I don't know.
Is that Data from...
It looks like Data.
Yeah, you know, Data's also Jewish. I had a good friend who looked like Mark Zuckerberg, Bob. He was Jewish as well.
Yeah.
Why is there... Guys, you got to spread your genetics around. That'd be a good thing.
Or don't.
That would be a good thing. The eyes are a little too symmetrical. You used to say hi to the king or the what was he? Prince Charles.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like that too. Like the kind of guys all looking the same. Again, you got to spread those genetics around people. It's good. It's a good thing to do that. You know that God wants you to do that. All right, Bob. So this is do you find that interesting that these guys just flip flop? This guy was all for censorship.
He's still all for censorship.
Oh, but now he's all like, we need to not have censorship. I'm right wing now. What, weren't you left wing? Wasn't this guy all about against the people saying the shoddy shot stuff? And now he's like, that was wrong that we did that. All right, Bob, want to read some of this?
Facebook founder Mark Zuckerberg's recent shift rightward appears to be little more than window dressing as his company's policies still favor mass censorship. Zuckerberg rocked the online world in early January 2025 when he announced a grand policy change, vowing that his companies would pivot from their knee-jerk censorship reflexes.
All right, why not? Knee-jerk.
I can't continue reading.
Sorry, we're going to look at some more of it.
Previously, Facebook and Instagram had been quick to censor, suspend, and ban users under the guise of policing hate speech and misinformation. Meta famously suspended President Donald Trump from its platforms following the Capitol riot of January 6, 2021. The company defended the decision at the time by labeling Trump's online presence as a serious risk to public safety. Trump sued Meta for the action and ended up scoring a $25 million settlement in January. Washington, D.C., April 10th, Facebook co-founder, chairman, and CEO Mark Zuckerberg testifies before a combined Senate Judiciary and Commerce Committee hearing in the Hart Senate office building on Capitol Hill.
All right. So yeah, totally. It's funny Donald Trump gets millions of dollars. What about everyone else who gets censored on their shitty platform, right? What about them? Oh no, the guy who's got billions in the bank supposedly gets a settlement. Isn't that crazy? Isn't that crazy, Bob?
That is.
It is. It is pretty crazy.
We've got a comment from Iceman saying, I got the TV on and I just noticed the Mexican with Brad Pitt was on and you're talking about the Mexican Canelo.
The Mexican with Brad Pitt? That there's a movie called The Mexican?
Yeah.
That's interesting. All right, Bob. So what do you think about this whole situation going on here with Zuckerberg?
I think that it's unsurprising in the extreme. I think that he and his ilk will do, and by his ilk, I mean the ultra multinational corporatocracy, will blow whatever way the wind, will follow the direction that the wind is blowing. They will do whatever they need to do to continue expanding their profit margins, and they don't actually have any loyalty to anything. Mark Zuckerberg being labeled as right-wing or left-wing or up-wing or down-wing doesn't actually matter because he's none of those things. He is loyal only and exclusively to himself and his own ongoing financial well-being.
It just seems like it's another step in the new censorship. I mean, the whole experiment with the whole trans thing and all that destabilization was never intended to last forever. That was just to kind of distract people. Now we're going into the next phase, I guess. And this is why you see now they're basically censoring the trans stuff. Right now that's going away. And they're going to go and move on to whatever the next
but by this
distraction is,
like move to quote unquote censor the trans stuff, all they're doing is platforming and centering the trans stuff.
I guess in a way, but they're also building the narrative that they're super bigoted and they hate everyone, black, Chinese, whatever the fuck, xenophobic, racist, transphobic, blah, 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 blah. Just more clown world psyop bullshit. We're going to be talking about that on CW News. It's coming up soon, people. I think we're doing an episode I think it's on Friday, right, Bob? You can go look that up on the page. Look that up, CW News. We talk more about these kind of topics. But yeah, that is pretty funny that you got Zuck coming out of here talking about, your censorship is wrong. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, but I mean, like...
You're a fraud.
Again, like, utilizing our critical thinking and not just jumping to react to whatever it is that comes across the news desk, right? Zuckerberg will always go with whatever is going to facilitate his largest profit margin. He has no loyalty to any country, has no loyalty to any ideology. He exists solely to perpetuate his own profit. And he will shuck and jive in whatever form or fashion will allow him to continue to do so.
Rusty Cage Bob says that we're ginger-phobic.
Are we?
Yes.
How do you know I'm not a ginger?
I am.
Maybe.
It's okay.
I have red hair.
Yeah, it is pretty funny. It's interesting.
Maybe I don't, but maybe I do. You don't know. You don't know what I look like.
Exactly. I mean, we could both be gingers for all you know. We really could.
We could be ginger Mexicans.
We could.
I could be a ginger Mexican.
You have no fucking idea how ginger we truly are. You have no idea.
You sounded a little like Donald Trump there.
You have no idea. We have great ginger hair. Great ginger. I'll have to work on that impersonation. All right, so Ryan Bader explains his decision to split with PFL, open to potential UFC reunion for final fights. So Ryan Bader, I don't know, how old? Can you look up real quick? How old is he, Bob? Ryan Bader over here.
Yes.
Or I want to read this quote before you do that. All right, Bob.
Yeah.
All right, give me 1 second, people.
Ryan Bader is 41.
All right, so he's 41. My guess is he's not really a really giant guy. I wish they put down his dimensions here. I think he fought at light heavyweight.
What is he, a fucking 2x4? You want his dimensions?
I mean, his height and his
stats.
I don't know his stats. Whatever.
Lord
I don't
have
know.
Mercy, his dimensions. It's like he's a brick.
All right. It says it was probably more my deal. Bader told MMA Fighting about his decision to leave PFL. I'm in a position where I'm the Bellator heavyweight champion. It's kind of weird with them absorbing it. Is that what that says there?
Yes.
Absorbing it. Who's who? That is really poorly written.
Okay, you need to use punctuation.
Wait. I can't say, Bob.
I'm in a position where I'm the Bellator heavyweight champ.
Bob, I can read.
It's kind of weird with them absorbing it. Who's who? Who's the champ?
Exactly. I can't see that
and
punctuation.
all that kind of stuff when they have their tournaments. For me, I just felt like it's going to be a little while.
Bob, I can read, okay?
Okay.
You didn't need to read over me, okay?
Okay.
I can't see punctuation from across the room, people.
I can.
Who's?
No.
All right, you go and finish reading this shit.
Who's who? Who's the champ? And all that kind of stuff when they have their tournaments. For me, I just felt like it's going to be a little while before I fight again. It's kind of unclear, so we had a good talk with them and decided to go our own separate ways. We were happy with the outcome. They were great to us, and I had an absolute blast with that run in Bellator. I'll look back very fondly on that.
All right, so did you look up his height and everything?
No.
Okay, so
because I was busy
all right,
utilizing
so quickly
punctuation.
look up his height, please. Because to me, I think Ryan Bader's not a very big guy. So if he was to come back to the UFC, he'd probably have to fight. I would say he'd have to
People with red hair have very high pain tolerances, if that's what you're asking about, Iceman.
He'd probably have to be a light heavyweight. Even though he did fight and win the title at Bellator, he fought, some pretty small guys. They're not that gigantic, and a lot of older guys. I mean,
Ryan Bader is 6'2" and weighs 205 pounds.
Yeah, he doesn't look that big. Those guys must be enormous. Like if that guy 6'2" looks that small. You see Ryan Bader next to the heavyweights in the UFC, he looked tiny next to them.
Redheads also don't respond to anesthesia the same way. So
are you kidding?
No, I'm not. Actually.
Are you joking? Why would?
Nope.
What the hell are you talking about?
Iceman said that he heard something about redheads, but he had to look it up. And I'm saying that the most commonly discussed thing about redheads is that they have a very high tolerance for pain and also are generally like chemically resistant to anesthesia.
Redheads?
Yep.
As people?
Mm-hmm. One of our friends who is a redhead, married to a redhead with redheaded children. One of her children.
So you're saying Canelo has some magical abilities?
I'm saying that Canelo most likely has a higher than normal pain tolerance.
Interesting. I didn't know that. All right, so we got Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia reunites with former heavyweight champions trainer ahead of Rolly Romero fight. He's back with Derek James. I don't know why they would write that headline like that. It's retarded. They could just say, he's back with. It's written so stupid, right?
I mean, it's written by somebody who doesn't speak English. So
No. It's written that way so that you click on it. That's why they do that, because that's what you see when you go through Google. It'll be written like that in order to get you to click on the news article. All right, so he's back with Derek James. I think that's a good choice. I actually didn't like that he was with Reynoso. Reynoso, I don't really like him very much as a coach. It's not that good. So there's some more stuff there. Give me 1 second. I think Derek James is a good fit for Ryan Garcia. He helped him with his footwork, helped him with his defense.
Who's coming in the driveway?
He's improved him. He's improved him in a lot of different ways. He's a lot better than Virgil Hunter, right? That Virgil Hunter guy. He's like, you could do this. You could do this.
The old saying goes, those who can't do teach, but apparently in Virgil Hunter's case, he can do neither. But tish.
All right, so we had a recent comment or statement here from the guy with the overdeveloped abs who definitely doesn't do snacks. Terrence Crawford's trainer didn't hesitate when asked if Crawford will retire after Canelo fight. All right, so he says that he's probably going to retire. He might most likely retire. And yeah, people, this was his going out fight.
Thank God.
This was his payday.
Truly the greatest news we could have hoped for.
All right, we got a quote here from, I'm assuming, Bomac. Listen, man. Let me try to do his voice. Listen, man. We're going to win. We're going to win. We're going to win. Fuck yeah. It probably could be the last one. It probably could. Yeah, probably could. These people talk really messed up, don't they? Bob, what do you think about that? What he said there?
He sounds like an NPC from a badly created gangster video game from 1984.
Wait a minute. I gotta do something here. Give me 1 second. Bob?
Yeah.
We're gonna need to read that again.
No.
You're gonna need to read it in
absolutely not.
In your black voice.
Don't have one.
Can you please read that again?
I only have an inability to cooperate at this time.
Can you please do it?
No.
Bob.
Tuna fish hands.
All right.
Listen, tuna fish hands.
I want to hear you read that. Please do it.
Yeah, well, I don't want to read it. Listen, man, we're going to win. We're going to win.
No, you can't do it with that voice. All right, do it again.
We're going to win. Fuck yeah. It probably could. Be the last one. It probably could. Yeah, it probably could.
She read that totally wrong. Bomac would not say it like that. That's an effing fact. All right, so Terrence Crawford is saying that this probably could be
nothing of value.
His last match. A payday, going out on a payday, a big ass payday for a motherfucker. that cherry picked his whole damn career. This is Terrence Crawford right here, people. Look, let me show you. Let me show you real quick. This guy hates to lose.
You wanted that gold medal. I know it's emotional, but you walk away with a silver.
This is Terrence Crawford. That's not Jason Voorhees, people. That's a challenge. That's what Terrence Crawford does to challenge. He goes against, he throws pain at it. The challenge is all like, bro, this is a 50-50 fight. Terrence Crawford's like, no, I hate 50-50 fights. I'm going to fight an old Earl Spence. He fell out of a car at 100 miles per hour. I'm out of here, motherfucker. What, Bob? Did you say something?
No.
Did you say I'm mentally ill?
No.
More surprises.
Yes, we have more surprises, people. We do. What do you think of that, Bob? Huh?
We do have more surprises.
Because in the past, a couple of fights involving Daniel Dubois have been a bit controversial. The Usyk fight and the low blow. Now, I don't think it's deliberate. I just think it's a case of Daniel occasionally loses concentration, but he can't afford to do that in this fight. So let's have a look at a couple of examples.
He
of
loses
him losing
concentration on being a boxer and can only concentrate on somebody's
penis.
penis.
There. That's a low shot, and there's another one coming up.
That's a really specific problem to have.
Like I say, Fletch, it's a lapse in concentration, and you're just throwing a low shot.
Are you absolutely convinced?
Yes, I don't think it's a deliberate shot.
The first one was so low.
Fletch, from my own experience.
It's a lapse in concentration. All right, give me one second.
Imagine being a professional at something and being so absolutely besotted by somebody else's genitals that you forget what you're doing in your own
Bob,
job.
That's a skill. I mean, that's a combination to the dick and then to the head.
I've got that song, I'll Make a Man Out of You from Mulan stuck in my head. And all of this is very funny when set to the theme of I'll Make a Man Out of You. I'm just sharing that with the class.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
All right. So,
especially the tuna fish hands. The tuna fish hands with the lack of concentration and the penis shots.
It's a lack of
and all of it.
concentration.
It's swirling itself into a delightful smoothie of hilarity in my mind.
It really is. All right, we got a couple. We got another video over here, and we got some. Give me 1 second. Just going over some of the files I got over here. You mother effer. Sorry for calling you that. We got Canelo video. We've already seen this. Canelo's still ducking and talking shit about David Benavidez. He do nothing. He do nothing.
Oh Lord.
Okay. All right, so we got this over here. Give me 1 second, people. We're gonna just go a little bit more into Zepeda.
That guy looks like the meme of the Indian guy being disappointed.
Which guy?
Yeah, whoever's on the screen right now. He looks like that guy. You know the meme I'm talking about with the like little bald Indian guy with his hands on the hips shaking his head. He looks just like that. That's the same energy. Those are the same photos, actually. If you put them side by side, there is no difference.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I mean, look at that guy. That guy is a prime AC Slater. He really is. Farmer shows grit and lost to Zepeda. What's next at 130 pounds? All right. I got some stuff going on over here. Let's hear this.
I came in the boxing game at 18, 19 years old. I had 16 amateur fights. I'm an overachiever. I'm competing with guys that started at 5 years old, 300 amateur fights, and I'm competing with the best. Still top level, and I can't get a decision. I don't have a big promoter, so what the hell I'm gonna do? You feel me? So at this point, I don't know what's gonna happen, and I'm seriously, because I can't keep going to camp and doing all this shit, and then not getting the decision, getting robbed. So.
Wow, you hear this guy getting robbed? Wow, this guy's just drinking his water. He should have blown his water out of his mouth. Like what? What? I get robbed. He get robbed, bro. You won like 3 rounds.
I'm not gonna lie, the glass fight was closer than this.
The glass fight is the fight we're gonna have in the parking lot after this fight. The glass fight. He had a glass fight. That was the problem, Bob.
Yeah.
The Zepeda's like, what? You won? You got robbed? When? In the parking lot? Like I said, in the glass fight? All right, Bob. So let's listen to Zepeda with his hat.
114,
Here's the decision.
From Pearson.
Oscar De La Hoya looking dressed like he works in the kitchen cleaning dishes. What's up with that white shirt? That looks terrible and it's too tight. His belly's out.
His belly exploded out of the shirt he originally wore, and he just had to like borrow like a member of the security team's shirt to go in the ring.
It really is true. Wait, with that said, wait. Let's hear this.
El señor Rafael Ortiz anotó 116, 112. 116, 112 from Ortiz. Nathan Palmer anotó 115, 113. Palmer has it 115, 113. El ganador por decisión mayoritaria, your winner by majority decision. He is still the undefeated.
What's up with this guy's neck? He's like, "Bagat, bagat." He's a chicken. That's his problem, Bob. He's not a human. He's a chicken. Bagat, bagat. What's up with that head? Why did he do that with his head?
He's frustrated.
No, he's got like OCD. He was doing it the whole time after the fight. He's a chicken. Wait, what's up with this? What's what we're Rusty in the comments, Bob, saying that you guys have a crush on some lady. Is that Macho Man Randy Savage? Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. Need a little excitement. All right, so Zepeda won the fight. You guys know that. 1 second. We're just going to go and read a little bit of this information here. This is an article about what's next for Zepeda.
Rusty is saying that when Oscar got interviewed that night, he was drunk. That is really not terribly surprising.
Wow, he was drunk?
For
oh my lord.
Mr. What was his song that he sang?
What? I have it over here. Are you talking about that?
Is it unwise to open up your eyes?
Is it unwise to open up your eyes to love me? Would you like to hear that song, Bob?
No.
Too bad. You have to hear it anyway.
God damn it.
Don't say that.
Why?
Because you're not supposed to.
Why?
1 second.
I literally want God to damn that song. Correct use.
And torn you apart. Am I unwise to open up your eyes to love me? Remember to subscribe to The Real Food TV. It is the greatest channel on demand, people. You're watching Food Sports Live with Foo and Bob. You got anything else on the Foo phone, Bob?
No.
Here's the best part.
Imagine losing to this guy.
Imagine him singing this song in the ring after he beat your ass. Imagine that.
That would be very funny.
All right, Bob, you want to read some of this article here? Can you start from here?
Tevin Farmer dropped a competitive decision to William Zepeda in Cancun, a bout that lacked the drama of their first encounter. Still, the loss may turn out to be a blessing in disguise for the Philadelphia fighter. Unlike their previous fight, there were no knockdowns this time, though Farmer came close to hitting the canvas in round 5. For nearly 30 seconds, he absorbed a flurry of unanswered punches as the referee appeared ready to wave it off. Somehow, Farmer dug deep and managed to finish the fight strong, showing grit, if not dominance.
What?
You've got to keep scrolling, my love.
They just like kissing
Farmer
Farmer's
believed
ass,
he
huh?
won the fight, showing his incredible self-confidence remains intact.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so you read that? All right, give 1 second. I got to go to our chat because it's annoying me. It's all squished. I need to fix that real quick. All right. All right, we're going to go. What'd you say, Bob?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, she didn't say anything. Okay, great. All right, we got a couple more little bits of info here. Let's see. Hopefully I didn't close this other screen I had. All right, so I did it.
It's
Here
Spectrum.
it is.
We believe
All right, so did we show that? I don't know if we...
I have no idea what you're talking about, broski.
1 second.
No.
Sorry, people. I have a lot of information here.
Lord have mercy.
Just looking through my effing files over here and shit.
Yeah, David Haney.
All right, so we had Terrence Crawford was recently on. Also, I forgot one of the articles I was supposed to show. Terrence Crawford recently came out and he said that Earl Spence doesn't deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. I find that to be very retarded because why the hell would you come out and tell people that your greatest win was bullshit. He came out, he's like, yeah, that guy's not very good. And what would be funny is they say, Terrence, your greatest win is Errol Spence. He's like, oh, yeah, Spence is the best ever. He was amazing, wasn't he, Bob? He's the greatest ever.
Yeah.
That guy should have been in the Hall of Fame at least 5 times. That's what I would have said, right? What do you think, Bob? Why would you undercut your achievements like that and say, I mean, I think he's so stupid that he doesn't realize what he's doing. Right?
He's stupid. Agreed.
Yeah, it's kind of dumb. All right, so
he's not kind of dumb. He's incredibly dumb.
Wow, that's a bit racist.
How?
Because
stupid people come in all different colors.
Everybody hates Terrence Crawford for the color of his skin.
I don't hate Terrence Crawford, but if he ceased to exist, I would not be sad.
You know, color of skin is a weird reason to hate someone, right?
It is a very odd reason.
That's like hating someone because they have a mole on their face.
Yeah. I don't like people with brown hair.
I don't like people who got blue eyes.
Okay.
Blue-eyed devil.
Weird.
All right, people. I don't like Canelo. I don't like him because he's Canelo. I'm kidding. Canelo's a decent fighter. All right, people. He's going to beat up Crawford because Crawford's a midget. Not only is he a man, but the man is a midget. Right? I wish I had that clip. I have it somewhere over here. What, is that what he said?
Yeah.
He was a man, but he was a midget.
Oh, gosh. You know what they should do? They should make R. Kelly and P. Diddy be cellies.
Oh, P. Diddy. I think that's a problem.
They should put the two of them together and then put a webcam in there.
Give them a bottle of baby lotion to see who survives.
Baby oil. And see the battle for supremacy.
Oh, yeah, that would be terrible.
That? You know what? That I would watch. That would be very funny. And put a webcam in there. Listen, that will solve national debt. Live stream pay-per-view. Put it behind a paywall.
Sober says, you seen that clip where the Aussie fighter took a picture with Gervonta Davis? I don't know what clip you're talking about, Sobers. If you got it, maybe you could put it in the comment section. We're going to be watching a video this came out a few days ago. It's a pretty decent show. It's called Pound for Pound.
It is very impressive how closely that man matched his shirt to his complexion.
It really is weird. It's quite
He
striking.
took monochromatic dressing to a whole nother level.
It's pretty impressive.
I mean, it's a lovely shirt. He has a nice complexion.
Yes.
I just think it's very interesting. I don't think I've ever seen anybody go, you know what? I want my shirt to match my skin.
Wow.
Make it happen.
That is interesting.
What's up, everybody?
So I got Terrence Crawford was on the show, Pound for Pound, with Usman and Henry Cejudo, and he's going to talk about how these guys are underpaid. Very disrespectful. All right, here we go.
We are back with another episode of Pound for Pound. I am the Nigerian Nightmare, Kamaru Usman.
Henry Cejudo, a.k.a. Triple C.
You see, it was thick today. It was a little thick today. I just worked out. But today we have a very, very special guest. A man that, whether he don't know it or not, but we kind of simultaneously, small world, we connected in some type of way, but a man that needs no introduction, arguably.
All right, give me 1 second. Never Sobers in the comments has sent us a clip.
Because we were training in the same gym, and I just said, hey, Tank, and like close bodyguard and all that, because he's pretty up. I was like, can I get a photo with you? He literally just stared at me like this. And then if you can tell in the photo, when I got the photo, he just looked at the camera for a second. and then I was like, after everyone, I was like, I don't feel like he was that, like, obviously he's in camp. And they're like, no, he doesn't like white people. I was like, oh, damn. I know, he's been my favorite fighter for a long time now. But that photo's got a funny story.
Did she just say he doesn't like white people?
Apparently, that's what his team told her. That she was like, because she was weirded out by the fact that he's apparently fucking autistic and can't like human properly in public settings. And therefore, they're trying to make an excuse for that, I suppose. It's just kind of ironic that somebody with a complexion that's pretty comparable to hers doesn't like white people.
The motherfucker looks like John Leguizamo, okay? Bob, can you look up John Leguizamo? Somebody can put it side by side. Can you do it quickly, please?
Maybe I can't.
I can't do it right now, but that's what we have the Bob phone for. John Leguizamo. There he is. We're going to look up John Leguizamo real quick. And while we're looking up John Leguizamo, the guy from the movie Pet, and Spawn, we're going to be watching some more of this video that Sobers has supplied to us that exposes Tank Davis as a racist. Racist!
So I went up to him in the gym.
All right, I got
one.
one.
In the same gym.
All right, Bob has a picture of John Leguizamo. Let's see this. Hopefully it's not a wiener. There you go. Tank Davis. Is that no? That's Tank actually. Bob, how do you pulled up a picture of Tank Davis? Look at John Leguizamo, man. What do you think as a woman? Does he make a good-looking woman?
No.
The older he gets, the more he looks Jewish, isn't he?
The older he gets, the more he looks like a Pekingese.
He does. He looks sort of like Woody Allen mixed with a Puerto Rican.
He looks like a brachycephalic
From
dog
what I
is
hear,
what it
he's
looks like.
Cuban supposedly. I thought he was Puerto Rican. Look at him! Look at him go!
There you go. That one's kind of similar.
Little Tank Davis. Well, they're both little, right? That first one looked the most like him. Can you go back to that first picture, where he was wearing the wig? There's him playing the clown from Spawn. Bob, can you look at the first picture again? I think that looked the most like him.
Fun.
Type in John Leguizamo Tu Wong Fu. I feel like that's really the picture there. That looks just like Tank Davis, people. Let's look at this. For comparison, you see this? Let's move this over just a little bit just so you guys can get a good view of this. We're going to really show you guys the resemblance. Look at that. John Leguizamo, Tank Davis. Have you ever seen these two guys in the same place at the same time, Bob?
Nope.
Never happened. Mm-hmm. Nope, never happened.
Difference is, I think John Leguizamo is probably a better fighter.
Yes. No, Tank Davis is a decent fighter.
He literally just stared at me like this.
All right, Bob, you're showing that on the screen right now. Give me 1
Sorry.
second. Okay.
And then if you can tell in the photo, when I got the photo, he just looked at the camera for a second. and then I was like, after everyone, I was like,
They
I
have
feel like
subtitles here?
Like,
Do you see,
obviously-
Bob, can you check and see, is there subtitles on this video that I can click on? Give 1 second, people. I'm going to see if we can show subtitles. I want to make sure that that's what she said, that he's
That
right.
is what he's, because that's why Never Sober sent the clip, that he said he doesn't like white people, and that's why he was acting like a fucking retard.
But he's always around white people, and he is white. Every time he looks in the mirror, he's kind of white. I mean, he looks like John Leguizamo. Is John Leguizamo African-American? Africana?
Apparently,
Angelo-
according to Never Sobers, he's Colombian.
Oh, he's Colombian. I thought he was Puerto Rican. What the F? We lost one, Bob. We lost another one. Damn it. I mean, did we really need him?
No.
You didn't know that Berlanga actually converted to Mexican after the Canelo fight? It's like, you can keep him. Keep him. Sobers, take him with you. Stop recording, Sobers.
Pound for pound, best boxer in the world, Mr. Terrence Crawford.
Lord have mercy. Is he wearing a fucking velvet do-rag?
Who?
Lord
That
have
ugly
mercy
guy?
on my immortal soul.
That's racist, man. I'm not gonna accept that.
I can't. My ability to like behave myself is rapidly diminishing.
My dog, so you shouldn't have got on you right away. Like, why it take so long for us to link up and chop it up? It's been a minute.
Man, time just didn't add up. But we here now.
All right, look how tiny this fucking guy is, Bob. Look, this guy's gonna be fighting Canelo. Look how little this man is. Look at him. Look, he got a body of a Coomer. Bob, can you look up a Coomer real quick? We're gonna show you, Bob. Coomer, quick.
I'm looking. How do you spell that?
I don't know. I think it's spelled with O's. Coomer. Is that how you spell it? It's not Cummer, it's Coomer, Bob.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's like Coomer, right? Coomer? Is that right? Am I wrong?
This?
Yes, that's correct. Is that how you spell it?
Yes.
Okay, good. Bob's found. This is what Terrence Crawford looks like. Just like his little buddy there, Shakur Stevenson. These guys are straight up Coomers. You see the arm, Bob? You see he's got one strong arm. Look, it's actually his left arm. He does fight in a left-handed stance, so you would think that arm would be a little bigger. That's his preferred Coomer arm, right? But he seems to be losing both arms, so he's probably doing a lot less cooming. What do you think, Bob? I mean, it looks just like him. Look at his head. Look at the head. Look, I should probably make this transparent. Bob, look at this. Watch this for a second, people. We're going to show you the similarities. Bob, are you seeing this?
I am.
All right, look. I want you to see this because
I am looking.
Bob,
Jesus Christ.
This is very important that you guys see this because I think we discovered something, Bob. I think Terrence Crawford might actually be the Black Coomer.
The bloomer?
The Coomer. Look at this. Look. Notice a resemblance, Bob? No, wait. Let me zoom this in a little bit, people. He lost a little muscle, right? He lost a little muscle in his Coomer arm, but come on, people. The vascularity isn't quite there, but look. Are you noticing something, Bob? Shit! Terrence Crawford is the Coomer meme. Shit, it is it, Bob! Bob!
It is. It is.
Oh, damn it.
Both pictures are the same.
It's the same person. Damn. So we have discovered something here today, people. Terrence Crawford is the Coomer. Okay. Wait, got to fix that real quick.
Rusty Cage is asking where Benjamin Bratt is from.
Who's that?
He's an actor.
Benjamin Bratt. Let me fix this
Not
first.
Bratt. Benjamin Bratt.
Benjamin Bratt. You can look that up. You have the Bob phone.
I do, but if I X out of this.
It's fine. I've already okay. I'm just readjusting this here, people. We're gonna be watching this video, but look how small he is, Bob. Look at this guy's arms. This guy's gonna be fighting Canelo. Wait, we're gonna have to pull up my drawing screen. I got to show you guys this. It's important that we really emphasize how small this guy is. I mean, come on, this guy's gonna be fighting he's going up to 168 to fight Canelo. You know Canelo. You know.
That's all that matters.
Okay, I feel you. Obviously, Terrence, watching you and now and seeing you get that notoriety, it's for me personally.
All right, but
I
wait a
love
second.
to see it because
who's that?
At one point, I was once, the guy putting in the work, and not necessarily getting that notoriety because at some point you're an artist of what you do. So when you put in that work, you want people to know, yo, I'm the best in the world. I'm the best, and not only am I the best. Not only do I deserve that notoriety, I deserve that check on top of it too. And now seeing you get that and get these events built around you, I love to see it. I'm extremely happy for you. So
All right, there's a lot of ball sucking going on here. I mean, look, the guy didn't really work that hard. He's been making these giant paydays fighting absolutely nobodies. I mean, he's fighting Abanesian and getting over 10 million. From when I heard the thing got like 10,000 pay-per-view buys. How is this guy making these gigantic sums of money when he's not bringing in the money?
I want you to just talk a little bit about that, how that makes you feel now, starting to get that. And when you walk certain places, people aren't just saying, oh yeah, that's just the guy that sells in Omaha anymore.
Well, to people that say I can't sell in other cities, I sold out in every city that I ever fought in when I was headlining.
This guy is very hard to listen to, Bob, isn't he?
He's actually almost harder to listen to than Canelo.
Sorry, people. Sorry. 1 second, please.
So Benjamin Bratt's mom is Peruvian and his dad appears to be...
So who is that? Is that the guy from Blood In, Blood Out? Can we see a picture of him? Because I have no idea who
It's
he's
on
talking
the
about.
screen right now, bro.
Okay, now it is. Okay. That's the guy from Blood In, Blood Out, right?
And
That's,
Miss Congeniality.
yeah,
and
that's the guy that
Traffic.
becomes the cop. Why would you want to know that? Why? Because Canelo looks like the white guy from the movie? You know, the white one?
Because we were hypothesizing where people were from, probably.
You should look up Blood In, Blood Out. We'll show you Canelo. There's a guy in there who looks just like Canelo. Canal. Is that what they say? It sounds like that.
A fight.
Wait, give me a second. Let me see if this shit works. All right, so look, people. Let me show you. See if I get right on the screen. There it is. You see, I can now draw. 1 second. Can I erase this shit? Okay, I got to put something on. Give me 1 second, people. We're going to show you this guy's Coomer arms, okay? We need to draw on his arms, Bob. Look at this. Look at these arms. Look at these effing arms here, people. Okay, 1 second, please. Okay. Look, you see these arms? Exhibit A, people. Look at these damn arms. Look at this guy's arms, Bob. Look how tiny his arms are. How is this guy going to fight Canelo? How? Bob, can you tell me?
He's going to dirty bulk.
Do you think
before
so?
the fight. He's going to eat those little mini donuts and drink sodas. He's going to steal his girlfriend's snack stash.
This guy got some beta arms, man.
So
look at, he's like skinny fat as well. Look at his body here. This guy's fat. He's fat.
I just can't get past the fact that he's wearing like a Hanes t-shirt with a velvet do-rag.
You got love handles in there. Where's the abs, bro? Where's the chest?
They're in a protective style under his fat.
Oh, God.
That...
All right, so at some point in this interview, Crawford's going to basically take a shit on Usman and Henry Cejudo. He's very lucky that Usman didn't reach across that table and strangle him to death, because he probably could very easily. I mean, this Terrence Crawford guy's not very strong. They keep saying over and over again that he's strong. This fucking guy looks like he's wearing a size super small t-shirt, and he's basically swimming in it.
It's crazy, you know. It's cool though, you know, because I always say everything happens on God's time. You know, it ain't my time, it ain't their time, it's the right time. And the right time happens to be now. Politics played a big factor in, you know, me being froze out of a lot of big fights and whatnot. But, you know, like I said in the interviews, all I gotta do is keep winning, and eventually.
This guy's a straight up cherry picker. Wants to come out and say I was froze out of the big fights. This guy ducked the Manny Pacquiao fight, people, and then he wants to come out and say all this BS. In a lot of ways, there really wasn't anyone there for him to fight. But the competition that was there, he drained them. He compromised them. Okay? And these guys were all shot. We've gone over it so many times. Terrence Crawford basically cherry-picked all his biggest fights are versus guys who were one step away from retirement. They were at retirement's door. You could blow them over with a little breeze. Blew them right into retirement. They were done. So he fights them at the perfect time, right, Bob? But he'll come out here and he'll lie and say, oh, well, you know, it's because, they were ducking me. It's like, shut up.
Things that come through.
Bob, even this fucking Canelo fight is just another cherry pick. You know, it's his last big payday. He don't want to go and fight an actual guy who's prime, you know, a guy like an Ortiz.
Mm-hmm.
Ortiz would beat the fuck out of him. I mean, this guy just struggled with a fighter who had 10 fights. If he would have fought Ortiz would have Ortiz would have knocked this guy out for sure. Almost everybody at 154 would knock this guy out. Even the Charlos, I think, would beat this guy. There's so many guys that would beat this guy. He's just now finally he's in his actual weight class, right? 154. And he's done. He's like, I'm finished. I'm just going to go jump up to 168 to make one last payday. And this fight's garbage. This is an absolute trash fight. It really is. Him and Canelo's just garbage.
I did. I kept my head.
Look how small he is.
And
like everybody was saying, look, he showed people this picture of a scale and said, look, I'm 180 something pounds. Look how small he looks. Bob, does that look like a big man to you?
No.
Look, that mic is bigger than his arm. He needs to do more cooming. He can build up that left arm again, right?
Stay motivated, and I'm here now.
Yeah. Now, Terrence. Now, when you say
so Eddie Munster, he's gonna question him.
You know, you've been kind of frozen.
Look at Henry Cejudo's arms compared to this guy's. I mean,
Henry Cejudo's compact.
Yeah, he's a little tank.
He's a little guy.
Little tank.
He's like a little chihuahua.
Little Mexican John Leguizamo.
He's actually built a bit like a Maltese. Or
he really is. He looks like our dog Gizmo.
He does. He is the human Gizmo.
He really is. Really
Except I think that she's kind of tougher than he is.
What? Why would you say that? It's pretty racist, bro.
It's true. How is that racist? Gizmo has no race. She's a dog.
I just call everything racist because that's what certain people do.
Is that because of the whole thing with your former promoter Bob Arum?
No.
Did you feel like you were getting stiffed a little bit there?
I just think
look at his shirt, Bob. Look how he's like swimming.
You're really.
I'm just saying. Look at Henry Cejudo in his shirt. Look at that shit. The dude's jacked. He's not jacked, but he's got some muscle bellies, right? He got some strength and some weight.
When your arm is 4 inches long, it's more likely to look jacked.
I know. Don't make fun of Mexican John Leguizamo. Look, Bob. Look at those arms.
Isn't John Leguizamo Mexican?
No, he's not. We just read he was Cuban, right?
Oh, whatever.
You know, with Top Rank, they did all they can do for me.
Yeah.
They didn't have the opponents for me to fight on the side of Top Rank playing field. They try to make
This guy literally fought like no one. He said they didn't have the opponents for me. They didn't have the opponents. Well, who the fuck have you fought? Ever since he left Top Rank, who the fuck did he fight? Like no one. Earl Spence, Madrimov, who no one really knows. The mainstream don't know who the fuck Madrimov is. He's like, Top Rank don't have the fighters. It's like, shut up. Yes, they do. I think I don't know if Ortiz was with them. I think Ortiz is with Oscar.
Yeah.
Beta! But this guy's a beta. He's never going to fight that guy. He's finished, people. This is his last fight. He's getting a little cherry-picked fucking payday. Like, this guy's getting this giant payday. You know how unfair that is? A guy who's barely done anything in his whole career just gets this big opportunity, but Benavidez can't fight the guy? I mean, it's a laughing stock, isn't it, Bob? It makes the sport look so stupid. Right? It's fucking retarded.
You're an idiot. An energetic idiot. But an idiot.
He's not even energetic.
I'm not an idiot. Oh, well, he's not energetic at all, but he is an idiot, right?
Yes.
Biggest fights that they possibly can for me, you know, with all the top welterweights that was in the division was signed to PBC. I couldn't get those guys to get in the ring with me, so.
This dude didn't fight like anybody from the PVC almost. Like he just basically docked every single guy. That's what it seems like. He didn't get no Danny Garcia, no Lara, no anyone. Keith Thurman. There's so many guys this guy didn't fight. And then the guys he did fight who were on PVC were all washed. Just a long list of washed fighters. That guy's got to have one of the most overrated trash careers since Floyd Mayweather. An absolute garbage career.
It wasn't.
And he got exploding gloves. People forgot about that? Bob?
No.
The guy got, not exploding gloves. Well, they did explode, but not like that. That would be crazy if they blew up like that. Imagine that, Bob. That'd be nuts.
Top rank fault. I think it was top rank fault with not giving me the Manny Pacquiao fight.
Now look again with the Manny Pacquiao. Bro, he's like, bro, Manny Pacquiao, I want a Manny Pacquiao fight. Manny Pacquiao only, 48 years old? Yeah, that would be a fight for Terrence Crawford. And he's lying, people. The matchmaker said that Manny Pacquiao was going to beat the fuck out of this guy. Bob Arum was the reason why this guy didn't fight Manny Pacquiao. Because this guy was Bob Arum's new golden goose. There's a reason why Manny Pacquiao got robbed versus Jeff Horn. It was to feed the title to this bum. It allowed him to bypass Manny Pacquiao.
So we've got some comments. Rusty wants to know if you like baseball.
No. I would watch it as a kid sometimes. There was like one game, one World Series I liked with the Mets.
Dark
I think it was the Mets and the
saying
Yankees.
that if he wanted to, he would have fought Boots before leaving 147.
Yes.
Rusty's saying Bud looks homeless, and then Never Sobers is saying that he has no charisma.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was saying.
I feel like
he doesn't.
The only interesting thing about this man, there's like two interesting things about him. Number one, he is wearing a velvet do-rag, and I can't get past the styling choice of that when paired with a plain black cotton t-shirt.
It just looks terrible. Look, it's a style blog going on over here.
The second item is, I have to say, whomever his esthetician is has done a marvelous job on his skin.
Yeah.
He has very
exactly.
nice,
Look at those
even
lips.
skin. He has no visible pores. He has no visible texture. So either he is wearing excellent
He's got makeup
but look at his arms. Like, it's all very even toned.
Yes.
I think that
he
he just has a
Bob,
really good esthetician.
He has to stay well
that
oiled.
person deserves some credit and recognition.
Well, it's not, you got to give Turkey some credit. He keeps Crawford well oiled. All right, let's see.
Blame him for that, but for everything else, I can't blame him for.
Yeah, talk about just that a little bit, because we learn a lot now understanding the business of boxing and how tough the business is, because it's not just for us. We get a lot of flag that
it's
you
not
guys aren't
flag,
getting paid
it's
enough.
flak.
You guys aren't getting paid.
You get a lot of flack.
We get a lot of flag.
which is a military reference, you fucking idiot.
But look.
Jesus
Turkey
Christ.
Al Sheikh gets a lot of fag. By that I mean Terrence Crawford.
Enough.
Dun dun dun.
I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying what he is. I'm just kidding. It's a joke. It's not a good one, but it is a joke. Remember, always remember, Canelo. Always remember, I love you, and I will kiss you good night. Good night, guys.
That looks like he's auditioning to be on the cover of a bodice ripper.
What? What you say to me? Say it again, please.
He's preparing for his post-retirement career in the telenovelas.
It really does. This motherfucker's going to be in the telenovelas at the end.
Look,
novelas.
That is obviously, the guy who every girl is in love with, but he's secretly in love with their brother.
Oh, damn. You had to go there, Bob. Does everything have to be gay with you? Gay!
Gay frogs. They made the frogs gay!
I wish I had that clip. That'd be cool, right?
Matt Damon. But the plot twist of that all was they did. They really did. That was true.
They're making the freaking frogs gay. Ah! I do have the clip of him screaming. I do have that one.
I'm not ready to talk about other fights.
and I don't really asking for anything. I'm good.
And that's fair, Canelo. You've earned the right. You've earned the right to dictate your career and what you want to do.
You earned the right, Canelo. Isn't it right that you earned the right to cherry pick?
That's the biggest notice me senpai energy ever.
All these dudes are straight up cucks when they say, Canelo, is it okay that you pee in the air and you tell me it's raining? Yeah, I can pee in your face if I like to. I could do whatever I like. Whatever. Canelo, isn't it true that you get to cherry pick fights and I still worship you and call you the greatest of all time? All right, let's hear this.
But a lot of people don't understand how simplified it is for us, where it's just, you want to fight? This date, this is the paycheck. Yes or no? To where for you guys, you have to be responsible for, obviously, you taking care of your manager. Obviously, now the promoter, manager and the promoter have to work something out to where now maybe promoter has to go to the network to try to get you that money. And so there's so many different people.
Yeah, they give him all the money and everyone else makes chump change. That's how boxing is. And they come out and they lie and act like boxers make so much money. Yeah, like a handful of fighters in like the last 20, 30 years made giant sums of money while everyone else making like nothing.
The money has to touch their hands before it even get into your hand. And so that's a lot more opportunities for, if it's $100 million that's being passed down the pipeline, it's a lot of different opportunities for, by the time you get to your hand,
this ain't gonna last forever, people. There's a reason why the networks are dropping boxing left and right. The giant paydays, and they're not making back their investments. If the sport was healthy, then the networks wouldn't be dropping it.
Touching maybe 15.
This is why guys like Turkey are gonna come in, and these guys like the Canelos and the Crawfords with the cherry picking, it will be a thing of the past. It will be finished. I do what I like. Well, not in the future. And so the future boxers will be compared to the cowardice fighters of this time period. And the last, 20, 30 years of cherry pick after cherry pick after cherry pick.
10,
I do what I like.
Out of 100. And that's a hard pill to swallow, to where, yeah, we get a lot of flack for that, but there's a lot of different situations in boxing to where you don't get that. So talk about that now in the position where you're in compared to where you were before, because...
Yeah, Crawford should have came in there with a fucking shower cap on, right? That'd be funny.
I feel like, and I mean, I might be wrong, I feel like you almost your own boss now.
Not almost, I am.
Not almost, I am. Oh, he looks like a lady. What the F? These dudes are so fake. I'm my own boss. You ain't nothing. Get the fuck out of here. Hey, dude, you know how many people are going to be dipping into this guy's pocket when he gets that sum of money from the Canelo fight?
Or your own boss.
But that shit's so... Yeah, that's why he's able to cherry pick his fights. How is that a good thing? Right? I'm my own boss. Cherry pick.
He said, not almost. He says, I am.
He says, I am.
Did you hear that?
I am, but boxers get paid more than MMA as a whole. Like,
no, they don't. No, they don't.
But like, who gives a shit? Honestly, like, I'm not your accountant. I'm not managing your stock portfolio. I don't give one flying fuck what you make. You make too goddamn much because you don't do anything. You're boring. You're not boring to watch fight. You're not boring to watch interview. You're not interesting to watch fight. You're not interesting to watch interview. You're not interesting in your social media presentation. You're boring. So if you make more than $0, you are making too much money. And why in combat sports, everybody is so goddamn concerned with how much people make literally boggles my mind. Are we here because we're all secretly accountants trying to figure out who can balance his checkbook faster, or we're here because we want to see somebody get punched in the fucking face? Bob, which one is it?
Bob. Calm down, Bob. You're making the people that call everything racist cry.
I don't care.
It's raining the tears of sensitive people who have a chip on their shoulder and are what do they have, Bob? Inferiority complexes. They're gonna think you're racist. You're talking about Crawford. If you're talking about Crawford, you're talking about us. If you're talking about us, you're talking about my mama.
Like, if I wanted to watch the goddamn Financial Times review, I would do that.
I mean, what he's doing here is very rude, and it's not even true what he's saying. Most boxers don't make nearly as much as what these supposed top level guys make. This guy, I don't know. I don't understand how this guy's so overly paid. He's never been really that exciting of a fighter. He doesn't
That
really
exciting? He's not exciting at all.
Bob, he doesn't sell well. He's never been a pay-per-view star. So how is he making these big sums of money? And all I could think is Bud sells his bud.
So that's why if you
That's Bob, like I said, when he goes to Turkey Ali Sheikh's house, he says, "This bud's for you." And by bud, I don't mean the beer.
notice, you see a lot of
top.
Bob is giving me a weird look right now. What is it, Bob?
You sit and think about that.
All right.
No.
At the top.
As a whole. UFC, okay. If you notice, you see a lot of
top.
Okay, so he says at the top, Usman, because he says as a whole. That's a lie, right? As a whole.
Who cares, though?
I mean, Terrence Crawford for sure makes more money than all MMA fighters as a whole. And by that, you know what I mean.
But,
yes.
Who fucking cares? Who cares?
Look,
But like,
Bob,
if
look.
this was a real interview, hold on. If this was a real interview, what I would have said is, okay, bud, who gives a shit? Who cares what you make? Who cares what I make? Who cares what Henry Cejudo makes? Who cares? This is not a show about financial literacy. This is not a show about our stock choices. This is a show about combat sports, which have absolutely sweet fuck all to do with what's in your bank account.
Look.
Shut the goddamn fuck up, you piece of piss.
Wow.
No.
At the top.
As a whole. UFC, okay. For instance, UFC.
This guy can't even say UFC. He's like UFC.
He's saying you'll see.
No. He said UFC. You'll see.
I headlining at the Spear. They probably be getting a couple of $1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard.
Now he says you'll see.
Of a big show, probably making more money than that guy.
Which guy?
I'm just saying.
I like how you say which guy. I'm just saying. Can you say something that makes sense?
I don't care about any of this. This is nothing of
This
value
fucking
at
cartoon
all.
frog over here. Look at it. Look at his face.
This is the dumbest shit in the world.
I feel like there's something racist about the way
I
he
think
looks.
I would rather watch
He looks
Elon
like what is this,
Musk
Chris
try
Rock
to figure
over here?
out how to pretend to be a human than whatever.
He doesn't
this
even know how to
nonsense
talk.
is.
Like, look at this guy. He's like who? He can't even name anyone. Like, who makes that much?
If anybody is legitimately trying to validate a conversation about somebody's paycheck as a
All right.
reasonable
All right, Bob, I
anything in
understand.
combat sports, they deserve to be shot out of a cannon into a wood chipper.
Crawford's either he's being dishonest or he doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. Let's watch this.
$1 million. But you'll see a guy on the undercard of a big show, probably making more money than that guy.
Which guy?
I'm just saying.
Which guy? I'm just saying.
Guys.
Guys. No
There was-
examples, just guys. No examples, because you don't know what the fuck he's talking about.
We don't want to open up the books now. We don't open up the books.
I'm just saying.
Terrence Crawford gave his butt away to some guys. What guys? Guys.
I do agree. Like at your level right now, you're your own boss.
Not me. Not me.
Oh, you outlier. Yeah.
Not me. I'm saying on the undercard, so that takes me out of the equation. So how much? All right. How much you think? You know what I mean? They
Okay,
make?
so let's say the beginning level. There are boxers that are made.
I feel like they had to edit him because he just doesn't make sense. He's like, yeah, how much? You know what I mean?
No. I'm saying
2,000-3,000.
this show.
Yeah.
How much you think they make it? Cause y'all do 1-on-1. You win, you get this. You show up. You show up, you get 50,000. You win, you get another 50,000. You get the knockout of the year, you get another 25,000.
Let's say it as across the board. Let's say for entry level UFC fighters.
It's a pretty disgusting thing to do, what he's doing. He's basically telling them, like, oh, you do this, you get knockout of the year. He fucking laughs at that in their face. People got to realize, like, look, he's being very disrespectful. He really is. He's basically flaunting his money in their face. I mean, and in reality, these guys would wipe the floor with him. They really would. This guy Usman is actually a very good fighter. So was Henry Cejudo. These guys were, for sure, some of the best MMA fighters that ever did it. And they're not even being rude to this guy at all. They're very respectful. It's really gross what he's doing here. And what he's doing is he's just selling the honeypot of boxing. Most fighters will never reach that. They'll never make as much money as these honeypot fighters make. Like I said, these are the guys that cherry pick and get the biggest sums of money. But in the end, I don't know if you guys noticed, but these guys usually end up broke. Am I wrong, Bob? A lot of them end up broke.
Correct, because they're stupid.
Yeah, they don't save their money, and I'm pretty sure these guys robbed them blind.
Entry level, your first fight in the UFC, you might be making 10 and 10. You go out there and win, it's $20,000.
Right.
To where there's boxers that are.
This guy is
7,
so
8, 10.
out of shape. It's not even funny. Terrence Crawford looks like a little tiny, puny, skinny, fat man.
And old, still making 20. They tell him, hey, you want to fight this fight? All right, 2,500.
Okay, so.
3,000.
All right, so.
That's all I mean.
Okay, so let me break it down to you.
All right.
Okay, so the UFC,
right?
That's like the top of the top. You got to work your way up to the UFC. You just can't go into the UFC.
Fact.
So, it's
pay wise. The UFC is not the top of the top. Well, it is in some ways. Some of the fighters make big sums, but there are fighters can make money, good money in other MMA organizations. They actually can make more than the UFC.
Boxers that's coming out the Olympics getting a signing, but I'm saying getting a signing bonus that's
can't really compare.
You know what I mean? Okay, so all right, so those little fights is the fights that you fighting. That's not MMA. I mean, not UFC.
Right.
You can be pro and not be in the UFC.
Fact.
So we talking about the big stage. So once you make it to the UFC, you in the big leagues now.
Fact.
You know what I mean? So we talking big leagues. So for me to be when I make it to the big leagues, when I'm on TV, I'm making more than you making when you come into the UFC. So you got to compare apples to apples. You can't say, all right, well, this guy first fight in the UFC. Well, what did he do before the UFC? How many fights did he have before the UFC?
You got a good point. You got a good point, and I see what you're saying. But even that, you know, since we own it, what's up? I mean, you get big checks. I mean, you want to, and don't get me wrong, you wrestle. You could do a little something. I think you are one of the few, especially coming from where you come from, and I don't know your childhood, but I'm assuming you wrestled growing up. So you one of the few. I think you could sprawl and brawl. Why you ain't thought? Because
this doesn't make any sense what he's saying here, Bob. Because look, the guy basically just spit in his face and said, "You guys don't make jack shit," and then he's all like, "Hey, you could fight in the UFC." It's like, what kind of sense does that make? What?
You get big bags where you at now, but I mean, you decide.
You get big bags where you are right now, but you come to MMA and you get less. Like, this doesn't make any sense. Going by Crawford's logic, right?
Just, I'm saying, you decide you want to slide through it.
You trying to throw elbows?
No.
You trying to throw knees?
No, I'm not trying to.
Nah, they would beat the living fuck out of Terrence Crawford in MMA for damn sure. He ain't even much of a boxer. He's good, but he's nothing great. There's nothing great there.
Stomping on the feet.
You and Connor. What you thinking? You and Connor. That's the same weight.
Don't kick me, man.
Right. Connor
kick me, Connor.
Connor do kick.
Connor, don't kick me.
Yeah, but on the contrast to Terrence, it's like in the UFC too, and this is something that I do, since the Fort Belt era kind of.
I like how Henry Cejudo comes back. He like basically spits in his face. He's like, yeah, but you guys all duck each other basically. We never get the big fights, but he does kiss a little ass when he says it. Watch.
Started. It's almost like there's one thing that we can't say about the UFC. It's like there's no running.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? How long did you have to go out there and literally chase a guy like Errol Spence before you made it happen?
They got to be a little bit political, right? He's like, oh, how long you had to go out there and chase? He didn't chase jack shit. He was bum picking for a long time, Terrence Crawford, almost into his 40s. The guy was bum picking. He saw that Errol Spence coming off of a fucking car accident, right? This guy was compromised. He was finished. He's a retired fighter. Errol Spence has not fought in what, Bob? Going on 2 years now? This guy went down from a jab when he fought Crawford. The fight was garbage. Any person that's real and can analyze these combat sports would look at that Spence fight and say, that wasn't Errol Spence in there. Bro, what the fuck have you done in your career? And then you struggled with Madrimov. Like, you're not great. You're not great. You're not.
5 years. How long?
It boggles my mind how people build this guy up like this. I had all-time great.
Mayweather had a fight.
Yo, I just beat the great Errol Spence, a guy who was never great. From Crawford's own mouth, the guy doesn't even belong in the fucking Hall of Fame. So why are we going to build you up on this garbage win?
Manny Pacquiao, 7 years in the UFC. Dana White's like, you know what? Me too. And this is something that I do.
And he brings up Floyd Manny Pacquiao, and the way he frames it is kind of funny.
A guy like Earl Spence before he made it happen.
5
5 years. How long did Floyd Mayweather had to fight Manny Pacquiao? 7 years.
How long did Floyd Mayweather have to fight Manny Pacquiao? No. How long did Floyd duck Manny Pacquiao? Many years. Many years. Over 7 years.
Fight's like, you know what? You don't want to fight? Give me your belt.
I've been seeing recently, Bob, that the guys, people never, it's like they never learn or something. They keep going on about that stupid fucking blood test, saying that Manny Pacquiao turned down the blood test. You know, Manny Pacquiao never turned down that blood test, ever. Never. He never did he turn it down. He just wanted he wanted a 14-day cutoff. What's wrong with that? Because they don't take a pinch of blood from you when they do this blood work. They take vial after vial after vial. Of course, that's going to fuck you up.
What I'm saying, so.
You're blood draining. Blood draining. I'll put money that Floyd wasn't getting blood drained. He just had his little stoolies over here fucking draining your blood. Just draining your ass.
It's the reason, of course. Do we wish we had, I wish I could do it.
Also, later on, when they Manny Pacquiao agreed to all this guy's bullshit demands, now he's like, I want basically all the money, and then just to get out of it, and I want all the money. And then the next thing he said when it was all agreed on, now he's like, I don't work with Bob Arum. I mean, it took so many years because of Floyd. That's just a fact. Floyd was on record saying, his dad was on record saying, I'm afraid for my son's life if he fights that little man. I'm afraid for his life. Does that sound like a guy who wants to fight Manny Pacquiao?
Nope.
And then you got Floyd on record saying he's a smart coward, he's rich, talking about he don't want to get brain damage. He was saying this talking about Manny Pacquiao.
Look at this dude, from top to bottom, Gucci.
Relax.
Do we wish we had do we wish we would get paid box money? Yeah, but there's also a pride to be able to say that I'm also fighting the best competition at the right time. And I think that's one of the things that's missing in boxing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So there's
exactly, guys all cherry picking, get these giant paydays and never fighting the top competition. And then when they do fight the supposed top competition, the guys are already washed up. Like again, Floyd Mayweather, even though I thought he lost to Manny Pacquiao. A lot of people wouldn't agree with that. I thought he was outpointed very clearly. Floyd Mayweather ducked that fight for many years. He was controlled throughout the entire fight. He was rocked about 4 times in that fight. He never hurt Manny Pacquiao a single time in that fight. That was a old as hell Manny Pacquiao. You know that? It's an old man. This is what these guys do. And these idiots, they'll come in and they'll make it like he beat Manny Pacquiao. Even if you believe he beat Manny Pacquiao, that guy was 37 years old. People, they forget that. He was 37. All the top guys that Floyd fought were all old. They were all at retirement's door. But the thing is that people got like gerbil brains. They can't really contain that in their head. So they keep saying that guy's great. He's great. He beat 20,000 champions. This is what I keep hearing. People just keep saying he beat 20 champions or whatever. Everybody got a fucking trinket nowadays. Who cares? He beat a bunch of paper champions. That's what he beat. Paper champions, right? Or washed up guys who didn't have belts anymore, who had their best days were way behind them. It's all garbage, people. It's all cherry picking. This is why I welcome Dana White to come in here and clean this shit up, getting these fucking divas out of here, or paying them what they deserve. Like a guy like a Terrence Crawford, Bob. To
$5.
Yeah, this fight versus Canelo, this guy shouldn't be getting this giant payday.
$5.
For what? This fight means nothing.
Maybe if he does a really good job, $6.
He's like, oh, he's taking on a big threat. No, he isn't. He isn't, because Canelo ain't the guy he used to be. Now, I know Canelo's going to beat his ass. He's going to beat him very easily. But this is not, Canelo isn't even the biggest threat to Crawford, because he's not, he's bigger, but he's not so much bigger that Crawford won't be able to run around that ring and get away from him. Maybe even be able to take some of these shots.
So it's somewhat of a double-edged sword. Mm-hmm. There's a competition side, but then there's also the financial side too.
I can agree with you on that, and that's one thing that I've mentioned that's wrong with boxing nowadays.
This guy doesn't. English is not his first language. Bob,
he is stupid.
You got to talk a little louder than that, please.
He is stupid in whatever language he decides to speak in.
Yes.
I doubt he knows any other ones. But he doesn't even have this one down.
No.
double-edged sword. There's a
I don't either.
competition
I don't
side.
either. I'm
and
still
there's
learning it. I'm still learning it. I'm getting there. I'm
also
getting there.
The financial side too.
I can agree with you on that, and that's one thing that I've mentioned that's wrong with boxing nowadays is we got too many champions in a division where nobody knows who really the champion is because you got 4 different champions. So if I can walk around saying,
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing that allowed you to go to 154 and choose the weakest guy you could find who had, I think he had a belt, right? Madrimov? I think he had some kind of trinket, right? Or interim. I don't even know. But he ain't exactly the best 154 guy, but he chose him. That's what it let him get some kind of trinket. Can you go look that up real quick, Bob, what he won in that, but he fake won? Because I don't even think he beat Madrimov. Can you look that up real quick, Bob?
you, and then this guy, who's really the champion? Because I'm looking at 4 different champions.
Yeah, and you get to cherry pick the weakest one. I got that WBGR. I got another bum. Beat another bum.
Israel Madrimov held the WBA junior middleweight title.
Okay, so he had one of the titles, the WBA
Junior middleweight.
Junior. Okay, junior middleweight. Okay, 154. Yeah, he had a trinket. He chose the who's. Can you look real quick, Bob? Who are the other belt holders at 154?
No,
because we're gonna show you once again why this belt system is garbage, right? Because what he's done is he's cherry picked, right? He chose Madrimov. He thought he was the weakest of the belt holders, right? That's why he did that. And now, because if he had no option but to fight the champion, when he came up to that next weight, he would have never done it. I think that's what would happen. Or he would have fought a guy without a title. He just got himself an easy road to a title, right? And it was a robbery because I don't think he beat that guy.
WBO is Sebastian Fundora. IBF is Bakram Murtazaliev.
Yes.
WBA is Terrence Crawford, and WBC is Sebastian Fundora.
All right, so he didn't want to fight Fundora. He went after him.
Terrence Crawford is the WBO junior middleweight interim champion. Jermel Charlo is the WBA junior middleweight champion in recess.
Yes.
Yoenis Telez is the WBA junior middleweight interim champion, and Virgil Ortiz Jr. is the WBC junior middleweight interim champion. It's fucking retarded.
It says so many damn things. Intern. What does that mean? Does that mean he's like waiting for a fight or something?
I don't know.
Oh, we're pushing it to the limit, people. Remember to subscribe to the Real Food TV, the greatest channel on demand. This is Food Sports Live. If you're here for the first time, remember to subscribe. We're trying to get to 8,000 subscribers in the next 2 minutes. Hit that subscribe button, and remember, we love you.
I don't. I hate everybody.
All right, we're going to watch a little bit more of this interview because it's really fucking long, but we're going to be getting out of here soon because it's getting really late. It is 10 o'clock in New York.
Yeah, that's the thing. But UFC do have a good way of putting on the best fights at the right time.
Terrence Crawford's pushing his brain to the limit.
I'm surprised we haven't seen smoke come out of his ears yet.
That's really racist. You know that?
How is it racist?
To say smoke comes out of his ears? What are you saying? He smokes crack?
I'm saying that his brain is working overtime.
And but he's been hitting the head, Bob. He's been hitting the head. Come on, guys, come on.
Too small for Spence. I was too small. Too small for Masvidal.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you.
All right, so he says his wiener was too small for Spence. Let's hear that again.
You're in a position right now to where it's like you said, you your own boss. You getting those checks now to where it's not. I don't necessarily have to conform to go over here just because I know I'm.
That's so great, isn't it? That a athlete in a sport doesn't, and by conform he means like actually go with the rules and the rankings of the sport. Just kind of bypass everything and just go and do whatever the fuck you like. Sounds like a really good thing for a sport or any kind of structure, right? Anything. Like you could look at Windows files. Oh, we'll put the files over here that are for Windows Media Player. We'll put them in Steam. And we'll put them in this Paint program. Yeah, that'll make things work even better, right, Bob? You usually call those eras, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that usually breaks your system down. He's like a glitch in their system. He's another guy like a Floyd, another cherry picker that just breaks it all down. And then he gets the honor of being called one of the greatest of this time. Yet he's, I mean, we could go on and on about it. It's a bunch of bullshit. This guy never should have been able to jump all the way up to fight fucking Canelo. It should have been Benavidez that fought Canelo. And this guy should be fighting some of the other top contenders at 154. He should be forced to fight them. Now, if he doesn't want to fight them, he always has retirement, right? Or he could go back down and fight one of the top contenders down there. But he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to go leapfrog to 168 to basically take a dive. Because you know he ain't going to go to war with Canelo. This guy's always been, he's always been a cherry picker. And in many ways, he's a coward. Because people that cherry pick like that know their limitations. He knows that he doesn't think he's going to beat this guy. He doesn't. He's just going there for one last payday.
Get a little bit more over there.
And most likely what you're going to see is this guy's going to eat a couple of shots and he's going to just quit on the stool. That's what's going to most likely happen. That or he's going to run his ass off like a bitch. And it's going to be garbage. And then everyone's going to come out and say, he's too small. He was too small. He was trying to reach greatness. No, he wasn't. He was trying to reach a big paycheck. Bang, 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 bang.
So, Canelo is saying you're too small for that. You've been through everybody there was to go through at 140. You went through pretty much. You went through the big shark, you know, at 147.
I was too small for Spence.
The big shark. I was too small for Spence. Nope, you look bigger than him when you were in the ring, bro. You look bigger than him. Bob, can you pull up a picture of Crawford and Spence?
Mm-hmm.
All right. He was bigger than him. I was too. That guy's just a chronic liar. He really is. I was too small for Spence, even though I was bigger than him, and I was able to drain him out and then drop him with a jab with loaded gloves, most likely. Probably had some loaded gloves. The guy does love to have those exploding gloves, right, Bob?
I was too small.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, because me and EJ, we kind of, you know, I know EJ a little bit. You know, I knew him a little bit longer. I met EJ way back.
All right, so we got a picture of Earl Spence standing next to Crawford. Oh, sorry about that. Wrong one. Okay, got to line that up. I mean, maybe Spence looks a little bit, not really. All right, let me try to find something a little more close up. It's bullshit, people. Spence is drained to death. Crawford also drained to death. Both guys draining themselves. I'm too small for Spence. If that's the case, then how are you going all the way up to 168? How are you getting on the scale and saying you're 180 something? Like, what is this? This guy flip-flopping all over the place, isn't he? Yeah, come on. They're basically the same size.
Back when I was training at the training center, so me and EJ kind of kept it loose.
If anything, he looks more filled out than Spence. Got bigger delts. He just looks more filled in. Big abs, you know. Spence looks drained to death. I mean, he was. That's why he ate a tiny jab and went down like he got hit with the hardest punch in the world. But, I mean, the guy probably also had stacked or loaded gloves. Something going on with those gloves in that fight, for sure. Dude's punching harder than he ever punched in the whole damn career.
So, I'm going to ride for, just like you going to ride for your dogs. And I'm one of those that doubted at first. Because you don't know.
Oh, my God. They're just over here. The guy just doesn't know boxing. That's what it is. This guy Usman just doesn't know boxing. That's what it is. To say that, to make it out like that, like Spence is the biggest killer ever in boxing, and as if he was prime. He wasn't prime at all. Crawford cherry picked his ass. He got him at the perfect time, and the guy was drained to death. Earl Spence is yet another guy who retired after a Crawford fight. This guy's always getting guys at the end, at the very end of their careers. Always. Even Canelo is at the very end of his career.
Would you say, first of all,
I don't see him beating Canelo, but Canelo is at the end of his career.
What is a pound for pound list, Kush?
Yeah, I do. I got to get your pound for pound list, your top 5.
Yeah, pound for pound list, and then pound for pound greatest boxers ever.
Damn.
Oh, my God.
5.
And I want to tell you one, and I don't think you could dispute this.
Turkey Al Sheik is the number 1 pound for pound, if you know what I mean. Bob?
Yeah,
Would you agree with that?
definitely.
Is Turkey Al Sheik Crawford's number 1 pound for pound? Behind him? He's the guy behind Crawford?
But then
He pound for pounded him?
Definitely.
All right.
Manny Pacquiao, 8 division world champion.
Cold.
Took chances. Fought everybody.
Well, let him give his list first.
Go ahead, my bad. I just had to because he's trying to go up, and I'm like,
he just put his.
He's like, he not dark. He not the right color. Manny Pacquiao, you crazy? More obvious is Muhammad Ali.
He can't.
No, but he asked me.
He can't put his list on my list.
Yeah.
Because I don't got Manny Pacquiao top 5.
Of course you don't. Of course. Look how Henry Cejudo looks at him. He's like, what the fuck? What the fuck are you talking about, bro? You ain't even close to Manny Pacquiao. Old Manny Pacquiao would have beat the fuck out of you. You definitely ain't fighting no prime Manny Pacquiao. That's easy work. This guy would look like Ricky Hatton in there. You see the way Crawford leaps in with that stupid little jab, shoots his shots in with his chin up in the air. Manny Pacquiao would have straight up Ricky Hatton this motherfucker.
You don't.
No.
8 Division 1
Wow.
champ. 8.
Nah, Floyd, bro, Floyd.
Give me your
Ocho.
pound for pound right.
Henry Cejudo is a funny guy, man. He truly is a American. What do you call it? He's a national treasure, and he really is the true version of John Leguizamo, a Mexican John Leguizamo.
Now,
we got me.
We got me. Yeah. Look at this guy. I don't got Manny on there. I got me. And what the fuck did you do that compares to anything that Manny Pacquiao did? You bum.
We got Inoue.
Inoue. Oh, yeah. No, bro. No. Inoue's a good fighter. He's better than you. That's for sure. But he ain't as good as Manny Pacquiao. You know, not the same amount of achievements, and he's just not as good as Manny Pacquiao, skill-wise.
We got Canelo.
Yeah, Canelo, of course. We're going to put Canelo in there. We're going to put Canelo in there, but not Manny Pacquiao. This guy doesn't know shit about boxing. You know that? He don't know jack shit. I don't know why we got you in there, but, you know.
Usyk.
Yeah, Usyk, okay. You don't want to put Manny Pacquiao because he knows Manny Pacquiao overshadows him. He's way better than him. I mean, look, the guy, his greatest achievement was beating Errol Spence, a guy who fell out of a car going over 100 miles per hour onto his face. The guy was literally in retirement and came out to get a payday, right? Drained to death and got already brain damage. That guy actually ducked Manny Pacquiao. He had a fight lined up to fight Manny Pacquiao. And he did the old bait and switch, you know? He was in there pretending he was going to come to the fight. And then, last minute, he's like, oh, man, my eye hurts. I got to go get surgery. This Manny Pacquiao has to fight this guy, Ugas, who's on who knows what. Dude comes to the fight, weird growth on his arm. Weird shit there, bro. You know? And he was prepared. Manny Pacquiao was not prepared for this guy. This is not the guy he came to fight. So he goes and he fights this guy. Earl Spence comes on after the fight onto social media. He puts laughy faces. This guy lost the biggest payday of his entire career, and he puts laughy faces online. That's how you know the guy was scared shitless. So, once again, the greatest win of Terrence Crawford's career is a guy that ducked old Manny Pacquiao. Old.
Davis in there?
And look at this guy when he fought Crawford. This guy's falling down from jabs. What the fuck you think Manny Pacquiao would have done to him? He would have knocked him the fuck out. That would have been one of Manny Pacquiao's first knockouts at 147. Anybody who came in that ring on that night would have knocked Earl Spence over. That was trash.
Let my man give his list.
What you got to, man? Still no.
Yes, Henry Cejudo doesn't even respect this motherfucker. He's like, what, really? You're not going to put Manny Pacquiao in there, you fucking joke? They're all laughing at Crawford. They're all laughing at this joke. Of course, I'm on that list. Of course, me. I'm fighting Canelo, so I got to put him on there, too.
We could put Tank in there.
Oh, yeah, we could put Tank over Manny Pacquiao. How the fuck does anybody like this motherfucker? He's so dishonest. Fake as hell. Wait, we got to put Tank on there. The guy he fucking hates. I mean, he probably has a crush on him. You're going to put Tank on there, a guy that you don't like? What the fuck?
Who are you struggling with, though? Who are you struggling with? If it's not Tank off top, who are you struggling with?
I was just thinking about, other fighters. But you can put Tank in there.
And what about the 5 greatest of all time, pound for pound?
Ooh. Oh, the top of all time, right, Bob? Pound for pound. Did I not hear that correctly? What the fuck were they doing there? I thought he was picking like his all-time best.
I think he was saying the fighters he would struggle with.
Oh, yeah. He definitely would not struggle with Manny Pacquiao, that's for sure. Manny wouldn't struggle with him. Even old Manny would beat the fuck out of him like it's nothing. Easy. All right, what's going on in the comments there, Bob? I see Quags is saying some stuff, and so is Never Sobers.
We've got Never Sober saying Kamaru Usman is very into race politics, critical race theory type shit. Cejudo is much more knowledgeable in boxing than Usman. Then Quags saying, how is that possible? Mexicans aren't technical. Never Sobers Reloaded.
I mean,
and then Never Sobers is saying Quags, you're
Bob, you
racist.
got
Did
it,
he
Bob.
really just say Tank racial bias?
Yeah. I mean, the Mexicans are very technical fighters. We're almost done, Bob.
You got Sugar Ray Robinson. You got Sugar Ray Leonard. You got Floyd Mayweather.
Oh my God. Look at this guy over here. Let's hear that one more time. His all-time, what's his
Sergeant is saying that Bud would KO Pacquiao.
Oh yeah, not in a million years with this fucking bum. The KO Manny Pacquiao, okay? It's not gonna happen.
I think his
Thank you,
do-rag's
man.
on too tight.
Who?
The only person on the
Yeah,
screen
he's
wearing
just
a do-rag.
trolling. That's what he's doing.
And what
I meant
about the
Bud. Bud's do-rag.
No,
is on too
I
tight.
mean Sergeant saying Bud would KO Manny Pacquiao. Yeah, very, very unlikely. You know how fast Manny Pacquiao was? You know how much better Manny Pacquiao was than Bud? You know that? Bud fights a bunch of compromised guys. That's all that is. That's all there is to that. You think this guy actually knocked out Brook? Like he knocked out the real Brook? No, he didn't. He drained his ass, brought him back down. Again, he's a cherry picker. Everybody he fucking fought was a cherry pick at the end of their career. Drained, compromised. Dude knocks out Brook with half a jab. Half a jab. Didn't even extend the whole thing. This guy, Brook, fights Triple G, eats all Triple G's punches, does not even get knocked down. Never even went down from Triple G punches. But Bud's going to hit him with a half a jab and knock him out. You know how that happens? He's drained to death. That's how that happens. Bud is a fabrication. That's what he is. And when he can't drain your ass, he's loading his gloves. That's probably what's happening.
Of all time.
And guess what, people? He ain't going to be able to do none of that versus Canelo. I don't think he's going to be able to do any of that. And this dude's just going to run him over.
What?
For pound.
Ooh, you got Sugar Ray Robinson. You got Sugar Ray Leonard. You got Floyd Mayweather.
Mars says that Gamboa had Kendrick Lamar on Bambi legs. It's true. Yeah, look at this guy. Is this Kendrick Lamar, Bob? Can you look up a picture of Kendrick Lamar real quick? Like us. Bob, did you see that recent interview with Kanye West where he's dressed up like a Klansman?
Yes, I was sitting here.
Yeah,
when you
we're
played it.
we're going to be reviewing that video on the CW News in the next episode. If you guys want to know when that episode's coming out, the listing is on our YouTube channel. All right.
I got a picture of Kendrick
You got
Lamar.
a picture? Okay, we're going to look at that right now. Bob has found a picture of Kendrick Lamar. Not racist. Not racist at all. They were just showing off that Terrence Crawford might actually be Kendrick Lamar. Bob?
Yeah,
That's the same person, isn't it?
definitely. With and without do-rag.
I mean, this is what before he had the gap in his teeth, the big gap, right? Yeah. Okay, so they might be the same person. Most likely they are. I think they are.
You got Marvin Hagler. You got Roberto Duran. That's 5 for you right there.
All right, so this is Terrence Crawford saying his some of the best fighters in the history of the sport. Again, he keeps Manny Pacquiao out of there.
Really? You put Hagler up there like that?
Yeah, that dude was great. And it's so many
like
more,
he's like,
you guys-
really? You put Hagler up there like that? Henry's like, That the thing is that the dude's Mexican. You know, Mexicans have a long history of being into boxing. You know, this one the Puerto Ricans and the Mexicans, they're big into boxing, right, Bob? A lot of Jewish people love boxing as well. It's big in the Jewish community. And the the Chinese
Secular Jewish community.
I don't know about it. No, I don't think it's secular, is it? I guess it would be, right? They're not into the punching in the face.
A lot of Orthodox people don't like watch TV.
Okay.
So that would make it difficult to watch boxing matches.
Man, you got so many other fighters.
But you don't put Manny up there. That's surprising to me, honestly.
It's a reason why he's not up
There's
there.
a reason, because he's a motherfucking hater. Want to talk about hater? That's what it is. He was at the welterweights. He don't have any of the achievements that Manny has. There's a reason why Bob Arum allowed this guy to bypass Manny Pacquiao, because he knew he was going to destroy this motherfucker. This guy was Bob's new golden goose, and he let this guy bypass Manny. This motherfucker wants to come out and lie and say, yeah, they hid Manny from me. No, they didn't. You're full of shit. Right? You could have fought Manny instead of fighting probably Earl Spence. What the fuck was Earl Spence doing? This guy, look, Manny was working for PBC. Why didn't this motherfucker call on Manny Pacquiao? That for sure would have made more money than the Earl Spence fight. That's why I wanted that title. Well, after you got the title, you could have fought Manny after that, right? No, you didn't want to fight him because you didn't want to get your ass whooped. Even that old man would have beat the fuck out of you.
You should know that reason.
Yeah, Manny Pacquiao's better than this motherfucker in every single way. Hand speed, combination punching, footwork, timing, all of it.
From you, we talking about this.
He's even got a bigger wiener, Bob. Is that wrong to say?
I don't know. I have no data on that.
He's even got a bigger wiener than Terrence Crawford. You know what I heard about Terrence Crawford, Bob? This is a true fact.
What?
He's got an SBC.
Huh?
He's got an SBC.
What is that?
It's some new label I made up. You know how you always hear the BBC?
Oh.
I've created a new label. It's called the SBC. I know it sounds like an award, but it's not.
I thought you were going to tell me it's some new sort of like interim sideways side quest, you know, for 3 weeks at the end of January title.
I'm spreading it around. I'm sorry, black people. I'm sorry. I have to. We're always here at BBC. I had to change it up a little bit. It's an SBC. He's got an SBC. He's got SBC energy, that's for sure. The way he's kind of removed Manny Pacquiao from the equation. What a piece of trash, you know?
El Pinchy is saying that Sergeant is Rep It. Is Sergeant Rep It? Rep It, are you Sergeant? Wait.
Yeah, he's
whatever.
fucking around. That's not Rep It.
Oh.
It might be. Maybe
It
it
could
is.
be.
I think Rep It would probably come out and talk on the panel or something.
Thank you.
He's in there. Sergeant's in there.
All right, that's cool. What's up, Sergeant?
It's your interview.
Man, Manny's a generational talented fighter. Like he
all-time great.
Accomplished what no other fighter is ever going to accomplish.
Yeah.
Again, you know, but I don't feel like, you know, he did it on his own. That's me personally, because for the simple fact.
What does that even mean? He didn't do it on his own? Joe, what the fuck did you do on your own?
You know, Quags, I wasn't going to harass you with a disturbing fact.
Yes.
But now, because you've decided to be spicy in the comments.
All right. What is the
Do
fact,
you know
Bob?
how white sugar is made, Quags?
Oh, no.
White sugar is made using bone char. And one of the biggest sugar plants is near where the Battle of Waterloo was fought. And I will leave you with this. Only 2 bodies have ever been found from the Battle of Waterloo. Awful lot of sugar is made every year. So in your delicious tea and snacks and items in which you put white sugar, you are eating the byproduct of human remains.
Oh, no, Bob. That is...
He was being rude. So I'm sorry, Quags.
Oh, my God.
But that is accurate about the white sugar being
Yes,
made
it
with
is.
bone
She
char.
told me that the other day. It's disgusting.
Ain't it
When
exciting?
Floyd made it a point for him to do the blood test, he didn't want to do the blood test.
And here we go. Another look how dirty this guy is. Look what this guy says. This guy is a fucking snack fighter. And then again, he wants to throw dirt. He says, "Oh man, he didn't do it by himself, right? He didn't get these achievements." So now he's trying to throw dirt on his name, right? Saying that he's a drug cheat. Well, keep in mind, Floyd Mayweather took an illegal IV in a room I think it was in a hotel, an illegal IV when he wasn't even dehydrated. He broke all kinds of protocol. One of the reasons you can't do that is because it dilutes PEDs. So this is what he did. This guy's not going to tell you that because he wants to take a shit on Manny's legacy. But the truth is that this motherfucker is a snack fighter. He's almost 40 years old, and if he comes in, and he's getting pretty damn big, people. For a guy of his age to get this big. Also, you got to keep in mind, this motherfucker is exploding gloves. His gloves explode. He probably stacks. It's not just stacking. He does something to his gloves. Some cheating. Look what this guy says over here, Bob.
He didn't want to do the blood test.
Bro.
He did it on his own.
Let me just.
That's me personally, because for the simple fact, when
So he said Manny didn't do it on his own, all of his achievements. So now he's just going to shit on the guy's achievements, right?
Here's the deal.
Floyd Mayweather didn't do it all on his own either, Bob. He
Consider
cherry
the
picked his
source,
ass off.
Dude, this is quite possibly the most
The hate
boring
is real.
human being to ever exist on the planet that is Earth. And he has had not a remarkable career. He lacks charisma. He lacks intelligence. I mean, he has the intellectual wherewithal of the average used Q-tip. I don't give one flying fuck what he says about anybody because it doesn't goddamn matter any more than it would matter if I asked a fucking tree in my front yard.
Quag says he's juiced. He's juiced. The guy is a fucking juice head.
Made it a point for him to do the blood test. He didn't want to do the blood test.
He's a fucking liar because the guy never turned down the blood test. He wanted a cutoff point. There's nothing wrong with that. Get him blood tested. These giant amounts of blood being taken throughout an entire training camp is bullshit.
But then when he did,
and Floyd did this to him because he knows that in the Morales fight that Manny Pacquiao had come out and said they had blood drained his ass. He said he was getting headaches and all kinds of stuff before the Morales fight. That's why he didn't want. That's why he didn't want to get his blood drawn right before the fight. You saw before the Floyd fight, Manny Pacquiao was for sure being blood drained. This is why he was eating cookies when he got off the scale.
Do the blood test.
Maybe he just had a hankering for
No,
some
he
Chips
knows
Ahoy.
what was going up. The dude was blood draining him.
He haven't got a knockout since.
And that's a lie, too. And he knows that. He ain't getting a knockout since. 147, keep in mind, people, when you go up in weight, you don't bring power with you. That's just a known fact in boxing. You don't get stronger as you go up in weight. You don't. That's why it's kind of suspect that Canelo got a little stronger when he went up. But obviously, you know his whole thing with his meat stuff, right? This guy over here, too, somehow he's still maintaining all this power. How did he get way more powerful? This motherfucker went up in weight, Bob, to 147 and is beating Errol Spence pillar to post, right? And then he's fighting Brook, half a jab. Right? There's more evidence to say that this motherfucker's on PEDs than Manny Pacquiao. Because how did he go to 147 and he still punches like a truck? Right? What's going on with this guy? Because what he's saying is a load of shit. Manny Pacquiao lost power when he went up to 147. So what the fuck is he even talking about? There was no blood testing and then he lost the power. He never had it. He could punch, but he never had knockout power at 147. He would just beat guys on with TKOs. He had to hit him a million times. He was just so damn accurate that they couldn't handle it. They would usually just quit. He basically made great fighters quit from the punishment.
Godly, man, that shit breaks my heart, dude.
But he was Asian though.
He was Asian though. This shit is disgusting. What they're doing, what he's doing
This is stupid.
Listen, one thing for certain, two things for sure.
Two things for sure, motherfucker. Your gloves explode. Why are your gloves exploding? Bob, can you pull up a picture of his gloves so we just show that real quick?
What's the last thing that leave you? Is the power. You may lose speed. You may lose.
What's the last thing that leave you? The loaded gloves. My loaded gloves, I got them on all my fights. I ain't gonna have him in the Canelo fight, but that's why I'm gonna take a knee as soon as he throw one hard punch and just gonna quit and walk away with that money. yeah.
Athleticism, but that power gonna still be there. Look at George Foreman.
Right.
This motherfucker doesn't. He's just, dude. Either he's retarded or he's dishonest. It's one or the other one. I think it's both.
Last thing I wanted is leave you is how do you see boxing now compared?
I'm just gonna shit on Manny Pacquiao and get out of here. But guess what? In the lens of his boxing history, you will never be on the same level. And everyone knows that. Most people, I think, would say that prime Manny Pacquiao would easily destroy this bum. This guy, he don't deserve any of the respect he gets. His career is a mess of cherry picks. You know, he never fought anybody the guy, the Marquez that Manny Pacquiao fought at 147 would knock this guy into the next dimension very easily. This guy don't have nothing for Marquez. He don't have nothing for Miguel Cotto. Nothing. Even that old Oscar De La Hoya would have beat the shit out of him. You know that? There's a lot of guys that would have beat this guy. Even like a prime Brandon Rios would probably beat the fuck out of this guy. Even the bums Manny fought would beat the shit out of Terrence Crawford. This guy's career is garbage. Biggest fucking wins of his career are Sean Porter in retirement, basically. A guy who was never a great fighter. Sean Porter was he was like an energetic C+ fighter. Earl Spence in many ways was a C+ fighter. Not even B.
Pulled up.
Okay, you got it, Bob?
Yep.
All right, here it is. Oh, wrong one. Sorry about that. That's the chat. So there we go. There's the guy. He would never cheat people. Manny Pacquiao, but he didn't do it on his own. Can you zoom that in or something there, Bob? Or do I have to zoom it in? So there you go. There's Terrence Crawford. The guy would never cheat people. The guy is trash. Garbage. He has the nerve to talk all that shit about Manny Pacquiao, but this guy's gloves have actually blown up in 2 different fights. He's glove tampering, and he's a snack fighter, okay? Now he's going all the way up to 168 to fight Canelo. How the fuck is he supposed to grow into 168 without juice? You want to know what it is? The guy's a demon. The motherfucker's disgusting.
Quags is saying what happened to Crawford's power at 154.
Yeah, but you also got to factor in, Quags, that Crawford moved up in weight and he still had all this punching power at 147. How he's going to come over here and talk shit about Manny Pacquiao, right? And Manny Pacquiao, he didn't have the power. Well, Manny Pacquiao couldn't punch outside of 140. 147 is a big leap. And those guys at 147, he was fighting many of them, but they went all the way up to like 160, some of those guys. So the guy like a Margarito, you know, that guy, he could fight probably for sure at 168, 160. You know, he's a bigger guy. They're all bigger guys. And he has to punch up at these guys, right? He's punching up at him. There's all kinds of reasons why he didn't punch as hard. But look, that's just a natural thing that happens in boxing. You look at Roman Gonzalez, right? Did he punch real hard when he moved up? No, because that's a known fact in boxing. When you move up in weight, you lose power. That's it. And so what is he even saying here? Like, he's the one who's punching harder when he goes up in weight. How is that, Terrence Crawford? Laying out a guy with one fucking punch, Avanesian. One punch. Bam! It's just knocked out one shot. While this motherfucker moved up to 147. Now he's knocking guys out with singular punches. But you snack fighter, right, Crawford? You eat all those snacks. We know what kind of snacks those are, right? And you're pound for pound, says Turkey, when he's with you at night in his palace, right? He's the one doing the pounding, right? He said, Crawford, he is my number 1 pound for pound. I love to pound him.
What was considered the golden age of boxing, Foreman, and all these guys.
I think boxing have evolved.
Yeah.
Better?
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah, it evolved into a bunch of motherfucking cherry-picking bums who get built up by the media to be something they're not. They got these carefully orchestrated careers. Dudes fighting just a bunch of guys in the retirement line, one after another. Yeah, he's about to retire tomorrow? Yeah, I'll fight him today.
I think the fighters have got smarter.
I think the fighters have gotten more pussy, more cherry picker, smarter. That's a funny way to say cowardice.
I think the fighters have pushed to get what they deserve.
Oh, what they deserve. You deserve. Yeah. Canelo deserves $400 million to fight a bum named Skull, and then a 147-pound bum, overrated bum named Crawford. Then he wants to fight a 160 guy, and then who knows who the last guy on that contract's going to be. Maybe it'll be Jake Paul. The sport is so much better now. It's so much better. I love it.
I think, the fighters is waking up and not...
Crawford, they're waking up. Yeah, they're waking up. And the fans need to wake up to the fact they're getting fucked over. They're making these fucking cornballs filthy rich, and all they do is cherry pick and take the sport and throw it in the shit can. If people think this guy's a great fighter, Crawford, you look like this. Matt Damon. Sorry, I had to do it. Sorry.
Just letting...
The fighters got smarter, and the sport started dying, and it continues to die because we got bums like this who can have little garbage fights and get built up as some of the greatest in the history of the sport.
The managers and the promoters walk over them and steal from them. I think, boxing have evolved. When you got, things like the Muhammad Ali Act in place.
Yeah, and he probably don't know nothing about it. Yeah, the Muhammad Ali Act that allows these bums to cherry pick all day long. It's all bullshit anyway, the Muhammad Ali Act. Get out of here. Guy, he should ask him, hey, so what's the Muhammad Ali Act? He'd be like, it's Muhammad Ali.
To protect the fighters.
And it's an act and protect the fighters?
I think the fighters is, standing for something a little bit more than, a lot more than what they was back in the day. Because back
all the networks are dropping boxing, people. They're dropping it because of this guy's little stupid thing he said. What, they're getting smarter now, the fighters? No, they're allowed to be divas and cherry pick. Now, look, if they want to give them these decent paydays, yeah, you could give it to them. But you say, yeah, you can get the big payday, but you got to fight this guy. No, I don't want to fight him. Well, if you don't fight him, you don't get no paydays. And if you don't want to fight him, you get no fights at all. That's where they have to go with it. They have to say you get no fights at all. Now, you can get out of this sport and go play tennis, but you cannot box under this contract. Either you fight the top contender in your weight class, or you don't have fights at all. We are not giving you any other fights. If this guy you're supposed to fight, he's not going to wait for you. He's going to go and fight someone. And when he comes back, you're going to have to fight him. And they should make it where if this guy gets injured in the fight that he's going to have, instead of fighting you, you have to wait till he comes back. And so if he's gone for 3 years, then you have to wait 3 years to get a fight. That's the way they got to do it. That way these guys will actually go like, oh, I got to take that fight. Right? No, it's not right to let these guys dictate the sport like this, because the sport was it's literally dying. And once Turkey leaves the sport, if there's guys like this stick around, right, and they allow them to do this, and he leaves, the boxing's done. In many ways, it might be finished. And they're going to have to change the pay scale. They're going to have to do a lot of things to iron this out, if it ain't that guy. But he's got enough money to kind of iron this shit out. Because the way it is right now, it ain't good. It's not good at all. It hasn't been good for a long time.
In the day, they was, the
fight is getting smarter. This is the coward generation, bro.
Whatever.
Like a guy like Manny Pacquiao was basically robbed of his legacy. He should have been no-brainer, considered the greatest welterweight of this era. And he had a motherfucker that ducked him for over 7 years.
And
then the motherfucker got to dictate all kinds of stuff, even Manny Pacquiao's gloves. They never talk about that.
If nobody to say, hey, listen, they making this much money, off of you. You need to get this much or percentages and things like that. I think everything was based on a purse back in there. And here, I'm going to give you this and you're going to get this. And that's that.
I think that's disgusting. I think I should be able to fight a brain damaged Earl Spence for $30 million. I mean, that just makes sense,
Is, in a place where the fighters is gaining more control and leverage nowadays.
Yeah, it's such a good thing for you guys to be able to fucking cherry pick your whole damn career and then get called the greatest by this trash media that's basically being paid off by the promoters and the networks. That's so cool.
Yeah, well, Terrence, I gotta give you my flaws before Kamaru,
That's so disgusting what he did to Manny Pacquiao. That alone should get this guy get big demotions in anyone who loves boxing. The motherfucker's disgusting. Henry Cejudo is like, it breaks my heart. He's got a guy next to him that most likely loads his gloves and takes PEDs, right? Oh, man, he didn't do it on his own. Oh, Floyd Mayweather, he's one of the greatest. Oh, you mean the guy who would inject his hands? The guy who would make guys wear pillows? The guy that would blood drain fighters and himself taking steroids, having some suspect blood tests in the past, right?
Before we got to bounce to, but just congratulations, man, on everything. I used to do, I used to co-host Hot Boxing with Mike Tyson. And we used to always talk about who's pound for pound. I always had you.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, he's pound for pound. Yeah, pound for pound in Turkey a la Chicken's bedroom, motherfucker. We're getting the F out of here, people. I can't stand this motherfucker. Henry Cejudo, you fucking... What's wrong with you? I have license to duck. Bob, we're going to be getting out of here. We want to thank everybody for coming in here, Bob. I want to say thanks to some of the people in the comments.
Yep. Thanks to... Iceman, Rusty Cage, Fight Sports Talk. We had Never Sobers, Quags. We had El Pinchy. We had Mario. What was it? Something or other. Mars Boxeo. We had Sergeant.
Quags is correct
Dark.
about that. Yes.
We had a lot of the usual suspects. Iceman, I think I said Iceman already.
Yes. We want to thank you all for coming in here. And yeah, Quags, you are correct. He lost, somehow magically just lost all of his power when he went to 154. Maybe they didn't let him load his gloves, right? He didn't have much power. He definitely ain't going to have much when he fights Canelo, because he ain't going to get to wear no loaded gloves, man. Canelo might make him, let him sauce up maybe. But he's still going to lose. It's cherry picker versus cherry picker. Comedy, comedy, comedy. It doesn't matter who wins and who loses. You know what would be awesome if there was a double knockout in that fight? That'd be great. But with that said, people, we want to thank you all for coming in here. We'll see you. We'll surprise you tomorrow. Have a good night. See you later.
Good night.
Because in the past, a couple of fights.
I know it's emotional.
And we're going to beat up that woman beater.